The sun's setting here in Thunder Bay on the second day of play at the Scotties. But not before a game we have been looking forward to for a while. They are the best in the country. They are the best in the world. Rachel Homan started her Scotties with a win here in Thunder Bay. However, tonight the fans will be cheering for someone else. This is the event Krista McCarville wants to win more than any other. A runner-up in 22. McCarville and company need to bounce back after a loss last night. Homan battles the hometown favorites. It is Team Canada. It is Northern Ontario. It is the Scotties. It's wonderful to be back in Thunder Bay, and boy, what a difference from 3 years ago when we had no people until 500 or so the final weekend, expecting a sold-out house tonight at Fort William Gardens as we come inside on this Saturday evening and say hello, Canada. Welcome back to our second day coverage. Joe's here. Russ, we'll hear from Kathy momentarily. We got our first look at teams from Pool B earlier today, remembering, of course, 18 teams. 2 pools of 9, Pool B, and our feature was Nova Scotia against Danielle Inglis of Ontario. And Christina Black from Halifax had several chances to put this away, but had to wait until the 9th to do it.
Yeah, which is unusual because she's normally the one-man band that makes all those type of shots. And this wasn't the hardest shot in the world, but it was either win or lose the game in reality, because you only get to 2, you're in trouble. Dead straight spot, straightest spot we've seen in 2 draws. Softened the and was smart enough to take tight ice. Give it to the sweepers. They knew they could hold it straight here. Anything rolling to the right is a problem. Sticks it perfect.
Number 4 ranked team in the country. She's come up a lot out of the Halifax Curling Club, so she's a winner. This was a record setter for St. George as she pulled off 7 stolen ends to beat Manitoba and Caitlin Laws. It was a winner for Kate Cameron over Carrie Galusha, who has announced that this is in fact her final Scotties. And it was a slow start for Carrie Anderson, 4-time Canadian champion, wins over Newfoundland and Labrador. So we've now got games played in both pools, A and B. And in Pool B, there you see the winners. We have our Pool A now. This is what we're going to watch tonight. And keep in mind again, this is, of course, 3 teams will only make it. And the deciding factor will be your head-to-head record should you be tied. So you don't want to lose too many, lose them too early, because then, of course, you have to win your way out. So tonight, as we say, proverbially right, and we circle this one right away. It is Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville from right here in Thunder Bay against the reigning Canadian champions. And what's remarkable about Rachel Homan is that she continues to get better when you think there's really no room to grow.
Vic, it is the relentless pursuit of perfection of this team. All 4 players have become masters at their positions, and the reality is 3 out of 4 were new to the positions at the start of this Olympic cycle. They're always looking for the extra 0.25%, the extra 0.5%. They are just such hard workers.
So last night, McCarville drops a game to Saskatchewan. So you've lost 1. You're behind her now when it comes to the standings. You lose tonight. Is this all important for her tonight?
It is and it is, and nobody wants to be 0-2, no question about it, especially when you get the hometown crowd. We'd be disappointed at that point in time. But just play your game, breathe a little bit. I didn't see that last night. You were saying it, Joanne. They could not figure out the sheet. So just go in there with, this is one in the bank. If they lose to Homan, guess what? Right. Other people are going to lose to Homan. So get some momentum for the 3rd game.
But a key tonight, too, is they've made a lineup change. Kendra Lilly is going to sit. Sarah Potts comes in at lead. So maybe that's reacting it a little bit to the fact that they are going to play the number 1 team in Canada, the number 1 team in the world, Rachel Homan.
Obviously, they've been having an unbelievable year. Both teams are going to be really excited to play, and I think we're going to have a lot of energy. Everyone's going to be fierce and be really into the game and really into playing hard, and it's going to be exciting no matter what.
This is their hometown. They're going to have everyone out here, and They're going to be playing their best probably they've ever played. So I'm excited to play them, give them our best, and see what happens.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. By Home Hardware, here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Really looking forward to this one tonight. 8 of the 9 teams are in action, and to tell us where and who is playing, here's Catherine.
Well, Alberta Selena Sturmey, looking to rebound after a loss last night, takes on the only team that did not see action, and that is the team from Nunavut, skipped by Lisa Weigel. Kayla Skurlik looked very good in her victory last night, only playing with 3 with an illness on the team. Jerry Lynn is back, and they may need her against a very tough BC team, skipped by Corinne Brown. They won last night as well. And finally, from PEI, Jane DiCarlo would like to rebound, but she's got a very tough Nancy Martin, who showed the local crowd last night that she's here to contend.
Time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. The Canadian champions are out of the Ottawa Curling Club, skipped by Rachel Homan and backed up by Sarah Wilkes, Emma Miskew, and Tracy Fleury. The Northern Ontario champions are from the Fort William Curling Club, right behind the arena, skipped by Krista McCarville. As we mentioned, there's a lineup change. Sarah Potts has now come in to throw lead stones. Sippola will go to second. Kelly and then McCarville. It means that Kendra Lilly is the alternate tonight. And a good start if you're looking for little omens. If you're Northern Ontario, they win the draw to the button, so they will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones. Team Canada the red. And how about this? You get Potts coming off the bench. She threw the first draw for the button, and she was 15.8 centimeters away. So a good start for Potts, who now throws the lead stones. And to get us underway, the Team Canada lead is Sarah Wilkes.
13-7. Pretty nice way to start the Bonspiel if you're sitting on the bench watching your team is Sarah Potts. She's got draw weight dialed in already. It's impressive.
Exactly what I think Team Northern Ontario would like here. Obviously shaky last night. Happened to win hammer against Homan. Now it's in the rings. They can breathe through this end.
So what's the approach, Joe? If you want to be Northern Ontario here.
I think keeping it simple early will play to their advantage, get their feet under them, get some confidence back. There's just a lot of iffy throws last night, and then they had a hard time reading the sheet, and you compound those two, and it's a real grind when that happens.
Yeah.
Clean it. Not rolling anywhere. 9-3.
All right, keys to the game. We'll start with Northern Ontario.
Well, exactly what we just talked about, simple early. Now, whether Rachel Homan will allow that, who knows? But the fact they've got hammered, the fact the first one in the rings goes a long way to run it up and down until you're confident. So far, so good for Northern Ontario. And then enjoy it, Vic. I didn't see that last night. Very tentative. It's your crowd. Embrace it.
10-1.
Up and down the sheet. The keys now for Team Canada, Rachel Homan.
They need to mind the paths. We saw a different surface in the afternoon draw compared to opening day, but if a path is not thrown for a while, it is slower, so they have to be on top of that. And pressure early. They are the best in the world at puzzling out the sheet. They want to lean on Northern Ontario, make them make some tough ones.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Sponge Towels. Absorb life. All of it.
9-7. 10-7. 9-7.
Said last night, this has all the feelings of 2017 and the Briar in St. John's for Brad Gouju. Now they struggled out of the gate, albeit a different format then. But they started 1-3 before they had their little team meeting to say, boys, we have to start enjoying this. We're battling ourselves, and then, of course, went on to win.
Yeah, that's sometimes, whoops, look out.
And enough. Is it lively enough, the house? Is it lively enough still? Yes. So just catching it. Ashley Sippola.
Did she say anything?
Hey, Vic, you were saying you talked to Rick, the great Rick Lang.
Very, very
the coach, and he was saying they just couldn't seem to take enough ice. But last night was a heck of a lot more swing than they're going to get today, so hopefully they don't oversteer it in the other direction.
Well, it was an interesting conversation, Kathy, with Rick, because he just said that he's an old guy. He comes from a different generation, but he thinks curlers are a little spoiled today when it comes to the ice.
Well, he said that there's certainly expectations that when you go on arena ice, if you err, you're going to err to set the rock back because it curls a lot and what the speed's going to be. And he said back in the day, they played 24 games to even get out of Northern Ontario, and they played in all kinds of conditions, and so you just adjusted quicker. We heard on a hot mic last night his frustration that if you're short, throw a little harder. Never mind what you think it's going to be, deal with what is.
It's like an 11. Go. Good. 11? 11.
The three-time Brier champion, 75, 82, and 85, a couple of worlds as well.
That is more ice.
Yeah, he just is one of the best, and he's been with this team and with McCarville for so long.
Yeah.
But isn't that, we talked earlier today, Joe, about the fact you sometimes want to throw the stopwatches away. That you may not want to believe your eyes, but you have to believe your eyes.
Yeah, and it's a matter of the team figuring it all out together. You need to have strong techniques. You can take that out of the equation. If you have a miss, then you learn the path and you move on. And then, of course, the conditions can change as the game goes on, and that adaptability is so important. And that's all four players, not just the skip.
Yeah, there's no time to feel sorry for yourself if you can't figure it out, because it's tricky, and it was tricky, and you can blame it on the pass, you can blame it on the lack of pelvic, you can blame it, but unless the other team plays worse than you do, there's no excuses, because they wrote the same sheet.
9.5.
Andrea Kelly.
9.5. Curl. Keep going. Go. Okay. 9-1. Okay.
Long time skip, of course, in New Brunswick, and then now in a second year here as the import in Northern Ontario.
9-1.
You know, part of the growth, and Rachel Homan said it's 2.5 years in the making, but when Tracy Fleury came, she was the skip. Remember, and that just didn't work well at all.
No.
I've been so impressed with Tracy. Team is hard to join. I was a part of it 11 years ago now, and coming on, Rachel has a specific way she likes to see the rock released, where she wants your body to slide. You have to adapt to fit the team's mold, and Tracy never really missed a beat. Sure, it didn't look quite natural when she was calling the game, but her play was always outstanding.
And it's one thing to change your delivery at practice at the club at home, but to get into a Canadian or World Championship and trust it, a totally different release, that's hard to do, and she did it.
Thanks. Why don't you hit line? Yeah, thanks. More curl on this side. Just 10. Whoa. Little easy, if anything. Yep. 10-2. Hard. Roll away. Okay.
And we'll roll it away a little bit, just the top edge of the floor. Well, both of them have been here a number of times, played similar amount of games, but there's the big one, the difference. There's the number of wins. And in their head-to-head, head-to-head wins, it's all Rachel Homan. Krista has yet to beat her.
Definitely challenged Rachel on several occasions.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of really tight battles.
However, this is the first time now in game number 8 that McCarville starts with the hammer.
Lost all 7. You're not making that up.
No. Earlier today, when I said, what, I think I'm wallpaper? I just
10-1. Okay.
I just don't look good over here. I just, yeah, that's.
Light 10-1.
So
10-1.
we'll see if that continues.
There's something going on.
That's what happens when you release it.
Same burns are covered in dirt.
Yeah.
So and that's what I can probably
Like,
just
we'll
clean
just
it.
outside clean, maybe, I guess.
You just can't release it there.
Yeah, I know.
Trust me, my rock literally was high side of the broom for a draw.
So they're seeing some really straight conditions, it sounds like, in that spot. Rachel's saying you can't release it, so any kind of back motion or even just keeping it on the line is seeing a lot of straight down the line.
So we have a sold-out crowd tonight in the neighborhood of 3,500. And in fact, there was a sign up said, look, we're selling standing room. So if you have a seat, take it, because you may be taking a standing room place.
Wow.
It was warm last night, and it wasn't quite sold out. Kathy, what's it like in there right now?
Well, it's not as warm as last night yet, but there are a lot of people in the crowds. And you talk about the standing room. I'm on the upper deck, and there are people all the way around the outside. So what does that do with the low ceiling? It's going to increase the heat, and onto the ice, it is much warmer than it was this afternoon. The question is, how high does it go, and what's the impact on the ice?
And we did notice last night, Joe, that in fact the ice was affected, wasn't it?
Yeah, we saw some paths that if they didn't get used, they were very, very slow. And then late in the game, that middle slide path, which usually does slow down a little bit, it slowed down significantly, about at least 8 to 10 feet.
What kind of weight then? Peel? Slightly full? Yeah.
So looking for the blank final stone coming up, Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville. No wins by Northern Ontario in Scotties. You'll say, but, well, it was Heather Houston in 88 as Ontario. Oh, my. And a missed opportunity there. Forced to take the single, giving up last rock to Homan. Can she now shrug off that early mistake? The head ice technician, Tom Leonard, looking at the brush heads for both teams.
Do you think you could like mop it? Yeah.
The reason being that
Okay,
both teams are saying that they're picking up some kind of debris, something greasy. So now the question is, what is it, and how do you remedy this? Somebody immediately said, well, maybe we can ask the officials to change the brush heads. As Leonard now meets with Brett Waldroff, the head official for Curling Canada.
Just in case we are switching them. I don't know when we're just going to sit for a while.
It looks like it's on a lot of them.
Okay, well, we got extra time. We could,
Do you want to go to
Yeah.
shoes go down there then?
and have a few cleans.
It sounds like they're going to mop it, you
So
guys.
there you
Yeah.
go. So if that's the case, mop it up and down, see what they can pick up.
I guess we're just going. Yeah, he said he was going to mop. He thinks it's from the glitter from their costumes.
Well, that's interesting. There was a dance crew out here prior to the game, and they were up and down the runways.
Or maybe like some of them had like ballerina shoes on.
Well, everybody
like,
has.
they have like, do they put stuff on?
But they didn't go on the ice.
They never were on the
But
ice.
we
No.
We were walking
Here.
on the. We were walking where they were walking.
I don't know.
And they did perform this afternoon, and we did not see the same
Honestly,
problem.
in practice, and I got a little bit of black, but
it was
there
way
was
worse.
it got worse. Like this is really bad.
It wasn't like that after practice.
No, it
They
wasn't.
danced after practice.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
So even on sheet B,
Eyelashes.
where Skurlik is playing brown, they're concerned.
But it's interesting because the dancers went up the middle sheets, which should mean, if that is the case, it would affect A and D, and they don't seem to be having the issue.
But if they mop it, it'll be fine. Yeah. It was like one.
And just for reference, the level of
You can test it out.
dirt you can see on the broom, you normally wouldn't see that level at the end of a game.
Right.
Just taking a tumble there was Corinne Brown, the skip for the BC champions out of Kamloops. She appears to be okay as they give the ice a mop. But it was immediate. Homan and the team saw it. So did Northern Ontario.
Oh, like there's a Reddit feed on it.
Really?
Yeah. And it's always against them. Yeah. So if she puts it in the Scotties.
It is interesting.
Needs to
They
be
did
part
bring
of
out
the
some
pre-shot
vacuums to vacuum for glitter if there was some on the carpet. But whether that in fact is on the ice, I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Yeah, you wouldn't think glitter would look dark
No.
like that.
No, or greasy.
Brad's like, oh, that's pretty disgusting. Thank you.
So you have to get permission, if I know the rule correctly. If you want to change your brush heads, you have to get permission, and they been given that, and so
Special.
they'll change the fabrics.
Now we're really gonna see whatever-
Yeah, if you're lying about what brush head you're using,
you're in
you're
trouble.
busted.
Rachel's joking about Foamgate here. There's a newish technology where there's been some black foam introduced for the Gold Line and Balance Plus brooms, and there's been lots of discussion. Rachel doesn't know how to change her broom head. That's funny. Lots of discussion about whether or not to use this black foam. It's very effective, especially to drag the rock. They say anywhere to like an extra 12 feet. Keeps it really, really straight. So far, most of the field, it appears that nobody has been using it, and we can confirm in this game that Team Homan, with their Gold Line brooms, is not using the black foam.
Well, the idea too is that the foams have been approved by World Curling, and they govern the sport, and every other federation or association follows their lead. So all the brush heads, in fact, are legal, whatever color they are.
Yeah, ultimately, it's something that the players have come together and said they do not want, but World Curling Federation has said they will not be looking at the parameters for approval until the off season. So we may see some black foam in this championship or ones to come.
Highly likely.
So ice cleaned, brush heads changed, and we're ready to start the second end. After McCarville missed her opportunity for the blank, sticking in the 12-foot for a single. And so here in two now, ready to resume play. It is Rachel Homan that does have the last rock. She have the hammer playing the redstone.
I think it's probably close. It was just mocked. Okay, so close.
It's just one thing that you don't need to enter your thought, right?
Yeah.
At this moment in time. And
Where you're just so afraid it's going to grab under a rock.
Line's good. Line's good. Staying out there.
Might be a hair better speed here now with the mopping.
Yep. Line's good. Go. Make it good. 14-9. Keep going. 14-9. It looks good. Good. Thanks, Sarah. Got Sarah.
And in she comes.
I got a 15. See, it's not black. 14-9. Speed seems good. Okay.
Yeah, now with that mop, you assume it's probably going to be pretty good all over the place. Sometimes second end, you see really fresh paths to the corner because everyone throws their draws to the middle in pregame practice.
I like it.
Well, whoever said it could have Andrea Kelly or Ashley Sippola didn't see anything on their brush after taking that to the button. Ignoring now and going to the corner is Rachel Homan.
Hard, Trey.
Great sweep, guys. Good sweep.
Just take guard here. You can chase this if it's a long one. So it's maybe in that 3 position, a broom head to 6 feet in front of the rings.
I think we're close. Line's tight. Room right now. Line's good. Line's good. Okay. Line's good. Yep. Go if you have to. Line's good. Line's really good. Line's good. Go hard. Whoa, easy where? Yes. Yes. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa. Good. 17 goals.
Boy, interesting. Did you see Sippola actually put her hand up to her ear? She had trouble hearing, and she may not have been, 3 or 4 meters away. Again, it's this building, and with a full building and a low roof, everything's going to be amplified.
Extra.
How did you handle that, Joe, with the extra noise?
Lots and lots of hand signals, and the outside sweeper really can't put their brush down and focus on brushing almost ever when it's that loud.
Room. Clean. Room. Hard. You're light. Hard. You gotta finish it. It's back. Yeah, take it. Hard. Further. Go. Hard. Nice shot, Sarah.
Foot deeper, that's sunk. Very nice shot.
Well, they got a little extra carry they didn't expect because they thought it was going to be short.
And it feels nice. Yeah.
Is this something that is expected? I mean, quite honestly, where that first stone was, Joe, is top, the top of the button. And Homan goes to the corners to say, I don't care. I don't care where it is. I'm going to put up that corner.
Yeah,
or somebody else would have run it up and down.
And early game, you might see the delayed corner, so hit and roll to the wing. The other team knows hits, and then you put up your corner.
So Ashley Sipple it down to the corner. But doesn't it say something, Russ, about the confidence of Homan?
Yes, it does. It does. And the confidence in her team's ability, because that forces Emma or Tracy or maybe even down to Rachel's first one to make these runbacks. And they're so good at it. And in this case, it's over to the side enough. There's a soft weight double. He's spilling behind the tee line. But yeah, it's exactly what it is. A lot of teams would never go run that corner right away.
I think this team, they read the sheet for the speeds and also for the lines really well. I mean, all 4 players have lots of experience at back end, where that is a big role. And you start training that from juniors, like that's such a skill that takes a long time to hone in. Not to say that career front enders don't know how to read a sheet by any means. It's just they're all very talented at anticipating what paths they're going to do.
Yeah. We're 1-2. I don't like leaving those. Do you like peeling the corner and rolling in? Good run. Yeah, well, get the side one and roll to the middle.
Team McCarville will, when it's a situation like this, will go to the defense 9 times out of 10. And sometimes I don't think that's the way to go against somebody like a Homan. You're sitting 2, you've got a center guard, sink another one, keep them busy. Now, this is not wrong, but let's play this out. If they miss the run back, Rachel Homan will have 3 red in the rings with hammer. Worst case scenario if you do that. Now it's a wide open hit for 4. I just, sitting 2, 1 buried, Joe, I think you keep the pressure on.
Yeah, and again, it's not wrong. It's just how often do you get a miss out of Team Homan?
Yes.
Try to make them pay for it. You clear it up. The other team's happy you're doing that.
And if you're going to get a miss out of Homan, you got to put some pressure on them. And this isn't it.
I see where they're coming from, though. I mean, they have 2 behind a corner guard. That is scary.
Keep going. Go.
Yeah, there you go, and you're sitting 4. We saw Brett Waldroff, the head official for Curling Canada, and chief umpire for this event, Karen Saramaki, are with Kathy.
Brett and Karen, I know that we've seen some different things over the years, but is this the first time that you've seen this, and what happened in your view?
Well, it is the first time I've seen this. I mean, these teams all go out with brand new heads, and we're into the 3rd or the 4th end, and all of a sudden we've got dirty heads here. So there's obviously something on the ice. Karen and I determined the fairest thing to do is, number 1, mop the ice again, and that was Tom Leonard had suggested that they do that to clean up any debris that might be on the ice, but then we also let them change their heads, and we think that's the fairest thing to do. They all had clean covers that they could put on, and so we had 4 teams in this instance put on new heads.
Did you go to the other sheets as well to see, or was this just isolated to the 2 sheets that you've actually removed the heads from?
Well, right now it's the 2 sheets that we removed the heads from, but we're going to look at the remaining 2 sheets in between ends to see if they too have been affected of.
Appreciate it as always.
Thank you very much.
Because it was just something that really developed in an instant. They had played their practice. They had the draws to the button. So it may be something from the air movement.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Okay, good judge, guys. Great judge.
Tom told me this morning he, for the first time, turned the air conditioning on today, obviously trying to get the heat out of the building again. So very easily, we saw that blowing around. We could see the streamers off the air conditioning blowing. It could easily knock something off the ceiling or out of the air conditioning itself.
Okay, so this will run pretty good. Yeah. It'll come up a bit, yeah.
It'll come up a little, yeah.
Northern Ontario in some trouble here. Need to make some reds disappear. As we play third stones and Andrea Kelly. Get it off that guard. Get it off that center.
It's like a 12. Whoa. Curl.
And flip underneath. Got a little bit of a...
I know, I was trying.
roll towards that center guard. Sitting shot rock back 4.
Okay. Did you know you threw? Did you know you threw that light? Out your hand?
I didn't know. What was it? If you take the guard and roll on, it's okay. You can hold this.
Interesting, way light on the throw from what they wanted, but didn't over curl by any means. It's very straight on the side.
Yep. 11. Whoa. Yep. Hack. Clean. Yep.
Tracy
Hack.
Fleury.
Clean. Hack. Yep. Hack. Clean. Clean.
Whoa!
Go.
And rolls away.
Didn't look like hack to me. Okay. Nice shot, Tracy.
Skip Stones now, Russ, and your Northern Ontario. They are sitting 1-2, and that's all at the moment.
This should
It looks
stay
it's close
right
for
there.
third.
It is.
Like we're not seeing any movement with the plate.
Are you trying now just to limit the damage?
Yes.
If you're Northern Ontario, or are you trying to still make something happen without last rock?
Where this rock is that they have to go after, you can't make much happen offensively. You've got to just hit this slightly on the inside, make the double, sit shot rock. Then Rachel will sit 2, maybe 3. Nothing else you can do. You want a half shot out of Rachel, and then you might play an aggressive shot. I don't see any other option here. You can't ignore them go around the center. It's too dangerous.
8.
You might be able to roll back 8 here and put a little pressure on Rachel.
Sarah Potts make a couple go away. No, stuffed it.
Should try the other way.
So as Brett Waldroff said, he's going to check all the brush heads. And from the signal, it looked like they will change there. You can see the dirt on them. So where does that come from?
I don't sweep at all, obviously.
And now checking on sheet D. Karen Saramaki. They look a little more clean, don't they?
I think it's very fair that, the really experienced teams in the middle were like, something's really wrong. But, if Nunavut and PEI didn't complain, it doesn't mean that their heads should not also get that equal treatment.
Mm-hmm. No, of course.
Is Rachel trying to tick that yellow over a little bit?
You good with that? Okay. That's okay.
It's like a lot of ice to do that.
I was thinking like a 15 to 2.
Yeah, maybe she's trying to just tuck a piece around it.
To T. Okay. If we're a little short and wide, there's a triple. Okay.
Yeah, she's going to try to tuck a piece here.
As long as we curl past our rock. Okay. Keep your extension and it's draggable. Yeah. You can carry it for 15. You. Yeah.
Going open side instead.
Makes sense.
You see the broom on that side of center is just indicative of how straight it is to the wings.
Tracy, take a look.
Still light.
5. Whoa.
Okay, line's good. You
Split
can
the
go
rings,
there.
even them up.
7.
8, 7.
Line's good.
Curl.
Whoa, weight's good. Easy.
Looks like
Clean.
lots of weight.
Whoa.
Curl. Great judge, guys.
Nice shot. Okay, good.
Really good
You
spot.
shot over those 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Didn't look. Okay.
Wow.
I never looked. Okay.
Is there anything there to get away? Get rid of multiple stones.
Yeah, take the double here.
Just the 2.
Never curled it.
Smart to get over curled a back rock. So then when Northern Ontario hits this, to make the double, they have to hit it dead on or high side. And then Rachel's got a free one. If that had been closer to the center line, the double's made, you might roll buried.
Yeah, I know.
Well, PEI making the switch.
Back, because I feel like I'm giving them more space.
They're playing on sheet D against Saskatchewan. And Nancy Martin, who was the winner last night over Northern Ontario. Final stone now for Krista McCarville and Northern Ontario, trying to make a couple stones go away. Sipola. Staying with it, running it back and driving it through, and then this one will roll out and just past the center guard sitting at the back, and they'll have a chance for a 4 spot.
Remember, they went defensively this end, worrying about giving up a big score. Peeled the guard into their own rock. It's been downhill ever since.
Emma, yours was hack.
What do you think, Joe? Is it for
Easy
3 or
hack.
4?
This is my 3 rock, so I would clean it. Okay. What weight are you going to throw?
Oh, I know I'm not Joe.
Easy board. Can you
No.
confirm
It's,
with me?
it's a measure.
So you get a free answer.
Okay.
I think it's a measure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
No. Board, wait.
Oh, okay. I thought I kept mine there and it ran quite straight.
It never curled,
Yeah.
So board should run forever.
How are you going to throw it?
Straight through.
Okay.
I have more weight than him.
It's a definite maybe.
Weight's good.
Final stone.
No.
To sit a sure 3 and measure possibly for 4. There you go. Miscue.
Hard.
Look at Wilkes leaning out in front.
Yeah, keep going. Good.
And all the way to it. There you go. 1, 2, 3 for sure. Now have a look.
I
think it's 3.
I think 4.
Well, depends what team you're on.
Oh, they're close, eh?
They're pretty close.
Yeah.
I think
Closer than I thought. Yeah, let's measure them.
Close enough.
Closer than I thought.
See, I was right. It's a measure.
Well done, John.
Hit it to yours. I didn't see. I think
Just
this
past
is the
the
hack. Yeah, and Emma's I swept to just out of play.
Okay.
So yours went further. I actually misjudged both of them because I was saying hack for hers and it was light hack.
Yeah.
And I thought yours was
than I thought it would for the weight that I.
Yeah. This is looking for that extra 1/4% here,
Yeah.
like we talked
Yeah.
about in the opening. Just all the details.
Good discussion.
Or what are you talking about?
Like we've missed every high hard one kind of one. True.
Team Canada already has 3 in their pocket.
Just 3.5. Yep.
To the Northern Ontario stone. Oof. Yeah, that would indicate red.
4.
Okay.
So 4.
Go around again. Yeah, sure. Might as well do one more.
One more time for good measure.
Okay, I think I'm more.
Wow.
I thought it was us when I looked
know.
over.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah. Thank you to the official for letting us see as well.
Okay.
It's 4. Wow. So Team Canada for the second straight game scores a 4. 4-1 after 2. Saturday night in Thunder Bay. To complete day 2 of our coverage. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, the 65th edition. And an interesting second end, to say the least, with debris on the ice, the changing of the fabrics. End result is a 4 put on the board by Rachel Homan. Questionable call also when it comes to opening things up, peeling a guard, and then the bad break of peeling it right into your own. And that leads to the 4. So here we go to the third in Northern Ontario. Chris McCarville will once again have last rock. Has the hammer playing the Yellow Stars.
Yeah, if you make everything you throw, your strategy is pretty good, right? It's pretty hard to criticize somebody's strategy if you curl 100%. And that was really unfortunate to run that corner guard in and take out their own and stick it, and that set up the whole 4. But it really shows me a lack of confidence early in this game, whether it's because you're playing the great Rachel Homan, whether it's because you lost and didn't play well the first game. But that was a very, very defensive call when they had Rachel. They're sitting 2, 1 buried, center guard. Go around again, make them earn it.
Well, I said to you, to both of you, Joe, that the call was actually made from the other end. It wasn't initially her thought.
Yeah, you wonder if they were coming off a win in their first game. I don't think they play that feel.
Really well said.
It's funny how playing in these championships, how you don't want your previous games to bleed into the next ones, but those storylines they're hard to shake sometimes. Oh, we're struggling this week. It's like, well, it's a new day. The surface is different. This is game 1, day 1 for Team Northern Ontario, but it is a real challenge to not bring those feelings in when you're playing in these majors.
Curl, really gotta curl. Okay. Okay, good. 11-4. Okay. 11-4.
We haven't heard enough from Kathy. So let's go over to...
When have you ever said that?
Yeah. I don't remember voting on that.
I have a drinking problem. Alberta and BC.
Well, just a really bizarre twist of fate. Corinne Brown was hitting to lie, too. It overcurled. She ticked to guard, so she missed the targeted stone and actually opened up the shot stone to Kayla Skurlik, giving her a chance for 3.
Both winners in their openers yesterday.
And will not sit. It will be just the 2.
Try to roll off the back one. I like the draw or the hit. Yeah. Okay, draw around. I can see back.
Skurlik, number 3 in Canada from the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary, and Corinne Brown, number 9 from Kamloops.
It's a massive game.
Again, it's not to overstate it. When you only get 3 teams coming out of each group, and the determining factor, should you be tied, is your record against that other team. These games are all very big. We're not the only ones that would look at this and handicap this coming in and conceding first place to Rachel Homan in the group. So now you're only playing for 2 spots.
Exactly.
Well, now it's getting too much. Kathy?
Well, Nunavut being forced, and they took advantage of that. That is Julia Weigel in her first skipping debut with Nunavut. And in the PEI game in Saskatchewan, relatively wide open, but 1 miss in the consecutive ends has led to a deuce by the opponent.
So PEI lost to Team Canada last night. Nancy Martin was the winner, and that'll get some oohs from the crowd for sure. I mean, in one hand, you can count that kind of a miss. Nancy Martin was the winner over Krista McCarville last night.
Was that a little heavy, too?
On that, I didn't get a time, but I think it was like...
All right, so what do you do with this, Joe? You've got a miss in the 3rd spot from Fleury.
Okay.
And look at this, Homan wants to talk to them about something.
Hey, Carl.
Was the weight okay on that?
I'm just not going to call carve in the straight spots.
It doesn't do anything.
It's making it worse, I think. It wasn't that bad.
Was the weight okay?
I don't know. I didn't time it.
Okay.
It looked close.
I thought it was close.
It had no break point.
So chance here for Team McCarville. They're going to play the split. They're going to try to, I believe, play it across the face, get their shooter under the red one that's tight to the rings, create some space between their rocks. It's a tricky shot, but it's the best result.
It is. They're kind of handcuffed. You can set up a double pretty easy here, but great play.
All right, I need you to explain what I heard there from Rachel saying, I'm not going to call carving in a straight spot. As she said, it only makes it worse. What does that mean?
Yeah, so with the carve, the idea is that the broom is turned the skinny weight to create a difference in the heat on the ice. So hopefully it grabs some fresh pebble. And what she's seeing is just, if anything, the carve is keeping it straight. So any heat generated, it's so straight in that spot.
Okay, so it's actually running straight.
It's a waste of energy. Might still be running straight.
All right.
Well, and what I also heard that I thought was really interesting is she said there is no break point. And we know the carve works the best when the rock starts to make at that break point. And if she's not seeing one, it's not doing anything.
Okay. I thought your weight was good, Trace.
There's another mistake. Fleury not able to hold the shooter. So again, an opportunity here for McCarville. Really with last rock as we play in the 3rd.
Compared to draw 1, it's much straighter, and that inside-out release that the Homan team's so famous for, it's not very forgiving.
Okay, so this building was an ice box before we went on the air. They had opened the doors. They had the air conditioning on. There's not many times when I need to put on my jacket to go and do interviews, but I was bundled up as if I was walking outside. So I'm wondering if that cold, and maybe they're also cooling the ice too, right? And if you do that, does that straighten it up?
Yeah, he definitely is trying his best to keep the air temperature as cold as possible. You got an absolute full arena here tonight. Night draw, TV lights, everything going on. It always gets warmer as the day goes along. So that's all he's trying to do, but it was cold, Vic.
Yeah.
And colder air 95 times out of 100 straight dries out a little bit.
Heavy board? Yeah. What kind of weight? Heavy board. Heavy board? Yeah. Okay.
Let's show him
Okay. How are you going to throw it? Straight through, I think. Okay.
There's things they can do. They can clip it more. They can change the pebble. They can warm the brine up a little bit, but a colder air surface, way colder, Kathy, you can attest to it.
Way colder.
Than yesterday.
Yeah.
Skip Stone's here in 3.
A little bit of curl on this side of the sheet. They're taking some ice. Can't see all this yellow.
No, not on it.
So you see they are using the carve on this side, trying to help it over. You see it's working.
Ooh, just look at this. My goodness. So we're seeing now that's 2 misses. A half shot there to say
Can't go down at all. That's crazy.
the least.
Surprised me how straight that
And it leaves Rachel Homan shaking her head.
We roll here.
Yeah, no panic early out of her hand. You didn't hear a big whoa call from Tracy, so probably threw it close to the broom that they chose and just not getting the results they expect.
Boy, oh boy.
I know. That's what I mean. Do you want to roll half under?
Yeah, half under is probably better.
Then you're giving her this double.
Well, then I have a hit for 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You could roll the dice here and roll buried, Joanne, because does Rachel with the 3-point lead play the freeze?
I said I like the nose.
And if she misses the freeze, you give up 4.
I doubt it, and especially the last 3 rocks for Team Canada, they have not gone as they expected.
I like the nose.
Okay. 10.5. Okay.
All right, let's check in on the game between Prince Edward Island and Saskatchewan, Kathy.
And continuing the trend of opportunity for deuces back and forth with no hit and roll on Veronica Main's final stone from PEI. This is an open hit for Nancy for 2, but cannot cross the stone because she has 1 behind it. This is curling.
From the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon.
Right to it. Really good, sweet girl.
Very nice. For a couple to take the lead. McCarville's first, and basically on the nose will sit right there. So they were afraid of leaving a double.
She's going to have a roll.
Yeah, I think they should have been more proactive trying to bury it. Now Rachel will do it.
Okay.
Nothing's curling.
I know, but with like a hack waiter, like.
Are you worried that it takes off though?
I don't think so. This just looks so skinny to me, but.
I didn't even hit center line with that last board waiter, and I was light.
Yeah.
So maybe here? Okay, you got it.
I think when the ice is straight like this, especially with the sweeping ability on this team, Rachel can tight ice it, throw that lighter weight. You know
Use the
that
center line.
they can hold it straight if they need it.
Just like Christina Black did for the 300 in the ninth this afternoon.
So who does the straighter ice? Well, let's see. Is it benefit or affect
Hawk, Trace!
more? Homan or
I thought it was
McCarville?
board.
I personally think it's
Is it a benefit more to McCarville?
just a fraction. I don't think either team likes it, but Rachel's team with that historic inside-out set will have to adjust, but they play 15 times more than the other team, so they will adjust.
Weight's good, Hawk.
Girl.
Hawk.
Look at the rotation here.
This is close. This is very close.
Curl. Curl.
Miscue.
Yep. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Oh, look at that, and underneath. Wow.
That's what I thought Northern Ontario would try to do. Even if they overrolled, Now the game's on the line. It's probably a tap for 3, but I wouldn't want to be throwing it.
Yeah, there's just not a ton of snap
with that rock
at the end. And you have to curl past a rock that's biting the 12-foot. There's not a lot of time to get there, and you have to throw it hard enough.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't think so.
You have to take it on, though, to get yourself back in the game if you're Kristen McCarville. You could draw for 1 if the scoreboard was closer, but I think for momentum, to give themselves a shot, they have to take it on.
For sure.
Well, the crowd anticipating it. They know what's on the line here.
Rachel wasn't too happy with her throw halfway down, and it curled across the line quite nicely. So it will come across here, but the speed has to be dead on.
I think tight.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think no. Okay.
I don't think so. I like
T line's probably 15, eh?
Yep. T line's right up.
So probably like a 14, 13, 8.
Quiet tap. Now you've got to tap it to back of the 12 to get your 3. Right now it's a stolen point for Team Canada. And right away they got her because it's starting to go. And right away it's Sipala trying to hold it up. Here comes that guard just outside the 12-foot. Can you sneak it by this one coming up? Can you? You've done it. Now, can you tap this back? Move it far enough for 3. Yes, you can.
Brilliant.
The weight, the communication. What a well-managed rock.
Boy, they took her early, didn't they? They knew right away.
Yeah.
You got it. And we have got a game again. Tied at 4. On a Saturday night in Thunder Bay. To complete Day 2 of our coverage, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. And of course, the first Sunday of every opening weekend is a Sandra Schmerler Day in honor of the great Canadian Olympic champion. All in support of neonatal care centers across the country. And look at this, already people are just donating. So raised over $105,000, and we'll call on you for more tomorrow on the official Sandra Schmerler Day at the Scotties. 4 seats in play, and every seat is sold and standing room, so we're at 3,525 seats, plus whatever standing room there is. Well, it was a must-have. You just gave up the 4 spot. To get this 3 back is enormous.
And nobody realizes how difficult this shot is. It's a little bit of fresh pebble. Nobody's managed to get enough curl here. They had to commit the wreck on the guard to make this, which ends the game. They committed, just got it by with some great brushing. Beautiful 3 ball game.
And we're tied at 4. The other thing to keep in mind as well, as the key shot is brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together, is that the Homan team had 3 misses in a row. 2 by Fleury and then 1 by Rachel herself.
Yeah, and you asked Vic who benefits from the ice being straighter, and it's not necessarily one team or the other, because both teams can figure out how to play on it. Who's benefiting now is Kristen McCarville, because you got those misses. It's an equalizer when the conditions change and both teams have to start again from 0. What a nice run back there from them on this view.
And rolled over the guard.
I don't like this. I can't remember what I got in your second one.
Expected a close game early, but a 4 and a 3 I didn't see coming.
What peel is she calling?
So last night.
Are you calling just the single peel? Okay, yeah, just checking.
Okay, they talked maybe about going and freezing, coming around the guard and going to the corner of shot rock. Last night, McCarville had trouble adjusting to the ice, but tonight appears she is adjusting to the straightness. Is it easier to adjust one way as compared to the other?
Yeah, and I think last night this challenge was just reading the paths. They had a hard time getting a handle on draw weight. and also where to put the broom for those hits. But with the patchiness, that kind of came into play. This seems to be like a pretty consistent speed, just straighter. So tight ice and use your sweepers.
And then she wants it half open.
They're getting almost 4 feet of curl with this in-turn.
This is fresh.
But you're right, Joanne, the speed is very close, and if your speed is very patchy, it's almost impossible. You play really well.
Yeah, you expect to see more misses on either side as they figure it out.
I think he's max.
Yeah.
Let her know.
7.
Well, that was Haley Burney in the 23 Scotties. That was the last team to score a 3 on Homan in 23.
Go, go, go. 4. Oh, gotta get a bike. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Hard. Oh. Slower out there.
Oh boy, just a little off here. Alberta and BC 2-1, and it's Brown that has Corinne Brown out of Kamloops with Lastrock.
And a huge opportunity for Corinne. She buried on her first, and when Kayla tried to corner freeze, it did not lock. It is open. If she can get to just the inside of the nose, there's a chance for 4 if she can make the double.
Good throw.
It stuffs it, so it will be 2.
So for 2 for Corinne Brown in a second straight appearance. Went 4-4 a year ago. The big change for her is that she has picked up Sarah Colton, who is throwing the second stone now, and Sarah, after many years, Sterling
I can't hear a thing. Like, so.
with Carrie Galusha.
Yeah. Right, if she was calling before that,
I think so.
Yeah.
14.
I think it's 15. Yeah. Okay.
We talked about the forender that Homan managed to get because of a defensive play by Northern Ontario. Look what Holman's doing now. She's ignoring a rock in the 8-foot that's wide open.
Little late.
Trying to apply some pressure.
4, 5.
And while we watch this, let's go over and check in on Alberta and Nunavut.
Well, you see Wiggles back to us. She just went through the hole between those 2 red stones in trying to remove one. Moved one of them a little bit, but not out of play. So this is a draw to the paint for 3.
You're there.
Julia Weagle.
Line's good.
Skipping this team from Iqaluit.
Line's good.
They played one Bonspiel together. That was in Stroud, Ontario.
14-8.
They didn't have a team a year ago, of course, because they didn't have the club to play. It had been rented out. There are now 3 clubs in Nunavut, and that will be good for 2.
I wasn't sure. Sitting so long. I'm good. Go bounce. Go. Got it, curl. Have a look. Curl.
Go, 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 curl.
Curl. Go, go, go. Curl. 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 Hard. Go, go.
And my mistake, that was good for 3. So a 5-1 lead.
A little deep on the come around for
You guys
Canada.
like right around?
Andrea makes them pay by locking one on there.
We take our chances, or I don't think
Good
so.
hit and roll.
Yeah, it's just if we hit the hit and rolls, then we leave them a double, we're in a bit of trouble.
Right around. Okay, right around.
Yeah, not a lot of options here.
No.
That.
What do you like?
No, there's not.
Good
actually.
tap it a bit.
Well, where do
Yeah,
we
my first thought was freeze to the top and release it a
do
bit.
we ever play the intern? Like we know how slow it is.
Oh,
out
I need
there,
back
bite the
forward,
fluffer.
release it. You also could play this. Like T-line.
Then she
Yeah.
doesn't have the freeze.
Yeah. It's
You
kind
know,
of all
just
or
do that.
nothing.
I think that
Yeah,
might
I
be the
know.
best
I just don't
option.
want to give them something here.
It's not bad. I think that's the best
Yeah,
option.
like the out turn, if it's not perfect, we're giving them something. That's not an easy chase right now. That's true. I don't mind this.
Do you
I
wanna
don't.
go down. We're just. You're worried about the freeze if we play the out turn, right?
I think they're a little
Or-
worried
or
about
it's
Andrea
like they
doing that
have a
again
double,
and just
yeah.
releasing that red one back here somewhere. If you get the red back in that area, then the yellow you'll never get out.
We're just worried about leaving a double or a freeze with the out turn. is
Like we
all.
thought if we go perfect is if we can come there. It's precise. Like so is this.
Here, and then she just like sinks one, like freezes one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or my other thought was like here.
Yeah. And then she's probably wrapping.
Yeah, with the hit and roll, if I ever don't roll hard enough for moving them.
Okay. This seems to be pretty slow out here, eh?
Yeah. I thought I threw pretty hard.
Yeah, so did they. Yeah. Get that one.
You have one idea, Joe. Do you play the wide in-turn and go to the back four, or do you play one up on top, try to release?
I think if there was some more movement in the ice, you might see the release played. I think they're playing to the conditions here. And this is the spot where if Tracy happens to come up a little bit light, it's not the end of the world. If she's light on the other side trying to come around everything, then that gives McCarville something to work with. They went to school in Emma Miskew's here. She tried to come around. It's that red rock that's high of the ring, so they'll have a pretty good guess.
A little sticky on this side.
And on this one, you can slide behind the tee line, and McCarville can't make the freeze. You slide behind the tee line, throw in the other turn, and McCarville's team can freeze and potentially steal.
Go ahead, line's great. Yep.
5. Yeah.
Hard line.
Hard line.
Hard.
6. It's a little late.
Sarah Wilkes left. Emma Miskew out in front.
Yep. It's light. Whoa, we need 8.
We're there.
Okay, whoa. Whoa, then stop.
Real close. No, it's heavy.
And they're going to go back 8.
Sorry.
Wow. 4-2, Saskatchewan leads PEI, and it's the team from the Crapo Curling Club on Prince Edward Island that does have last rock.
Well, Veronica May made a really nice shot on her first one. She buried around the guard, but unlike the feature sheet, this in-turn curls quite a bit, and it was a buried stone that Nancy Martin was able to come down, remove to lie 2. But she did leave the shooter in the open. Veronica just trying to get to the nose to score the single.
The skip is Jane DiCarlo, but she throws the third stones. Veronica Main, in a second appearance, is throwing the fourth stone. This team went 0-8 a year ago.
Hard, Sabrina. Nice.
Sit. And comes back, and that'll be the one.
Good. Sweep, Sabs. You really moved it.
Yeah, I had 14.
I kind of thought Krista
another
would
one
do the
down.
same thing Andrea did, just bump it a couple feet. It's tough because it's fully buried in a pretty straight spot.
T-line.
Really hard to get shot rock this way, though.
Yeah, the way she navigated the straight spot with the top weight last end worked out great. I thought she would take a run at it as well. This spot, you assume, has to be getting better. There's a couple down the path now.
The out turn is just not a consideration.
I think it's there. That's what we were thinking.
We're there.
Might try it on her last if she can, maybe.
Well, you got to go. You let off just that little bit. You let off just that little bit. Oh, you're going to spin in. Oh! And it doesn't grab enough. Shot rock still belongs Team Canada.
Oh, 8 inches farther, shot rock buried. Brilliant try.
They were off it just at the hog line. I thought it might gear actually and grab a little and head towards the center line.
Lots of movement at the end in that spot. Sideways more than forwards.
Oh, they're red rock. Like they're red
now
rock.
we can never get that, even if she misses now.
I didn't mind the hit and roll either. When you signaled it.
I don't know what it's going to do. This ice is definitely a gas.
Like you're rolling it right into this one?
Just
I don't
kind
mind
of roll
that.
beside it. Yeah.
Should probably be able to blast though. Like I think I'm hitting the back of this rock, so I'm worried that I could take it out
it's
and
scary.
roll.
Well,
If you
and
get
you
this
err
part.
on the side of under rolling. It's not bad.
I could give her a double.
Well, this isn't
if you don't
going
touch
anywhere.
anything here, yeah, that's not going
Can
anywhere.
we try and put it right here?
Sure, we
That's
could.
what you like?
We know the line.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Got
gave
it.
this for Tracy's. I think it's here. Eh?
Yeah, the speed's
What rock
nice
do you
here.
want? My drop and hammer rock, I think. Yeah.
Hey, Kathy.
Hello.
Notice a little frustration in Rachel Homan about the ice. Remember we were talking about with regards to Rick Lang, and Lang said that sometimes the top players are always on the best conditions. and they have a difficulty adjusting. And I'm wondering if he's speaking to this situation right now.
Well, one of the examples he gave us is that when Brad Jacobs' team was throwing in different places, they don't practice draws because every event they go to, the draw weight's the same. So when you have that predictability of the events that you play in, and then you come onto ice that is a little bit different from last night and unpredictable, it can really mess with you because you're not used to that.
Lots of room. Whoa. 7.
See if she's made the adjustment here. Homan's first. In a 4-4 times, we play the fourth.
We're a little heavy.
Okay. Sarah,
T.
Sarah,
Sit. Back button. Sit.
And just to the lid. So
They're pretty good.
that was a nice adjustment. Oh,
Nice, sorry.
you were playing with her obviously for a while. Do you, as a front end player, how did you deal with that
We're there.
with Rachel? I don't want to call it negativity, but just when she doesn't feel it or says she doesn't feel it.
Yeah, I think you see frustration, and you'll see it out of every single team here when the conditions aren't being managed properly. Like they've made some good throws just with the wrong ice or the wrong guess, and that's obviously going to be frustrating.
Like
you just keep puzzling it out here, though, for Rachel.
yellow, like quiet.
Should curl. But
Always talking this team.
It's anywhere. Yeah, like I thought it was on the high side of the button.
We won events when I used to play with her when it was edge of 4 to get to the button, so it's fully capable. It's just reading it, adapting, and then learning as you go, and there's 10 ends to play here.
Final stone looking to draw right down on top.
Little heavy.
Oh, a little heavy is not what you want to hear in this situation.
Yep. Line only.
Puck.
Be careful.
Right, Ciplo left. They overbrushed this. Now you got to carve it over.
Curl.
Cipla
Curl, Ash. Curl.
trying to get it over. Oh, did they overbrush it? They probably did. May have been there all on its own.
Yeah, it was. That was a well-thrown rock. When we talk about these brooms, dragging rocks up to 12 feet is some of the rumors. You wonder if it's helping teams in those shots. You're so used to brushing it at a certain point. It's all you're looking at it, eyeballing it out of the skip's hand. You think it's a foot light. You jump on it, and all of a sudden it does that. Wow.
What's that?
But there's to Homan again, Joanne. They ignored the yellow rock in the corner, went around and forced the last 3 shots at a team McCarville, Northern Ontario, to some high degree of difficulty.
Exactly.
Solid hat. Pretty tight. Easy. Sweet's good. No.
Clean.
Sweet's good.
Dust to dust. Keep it clean.
Whoa, let it come up.
Bang, look at that. 1, 2, and 3. What a reply by Homan. Gives up 3. Comes back with a tray of her own. That's quite the scoreboard. A 4, a 3, and a 3. And so it is Team Canada handling the ice conditions to lead at 7-4. Welcome back on this Saturday night. And here in 5, it will be the Northern Ontario champions from the Fort William Curling Club. They do have Last Rock, have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Gotta make sure we're above them so it doesn't double into them.
Thought it was so interesting on Rachel's first that end of the team kind of wanted her to play a big weight hit and roll into the pile, and Rachel said, no, I want to play this extremely precise draw, and that's a really good sign for Team Canada. Day 2 of the event, it's been different surface, both surfaces fine, totally doable to play well on, and she chooses the precise draw where if she slides even 2 inches farther, Krista McCarville could steal.
Yeah, or top 8 even. Yeah, there's nowhere to miss that.
Put a lot of pressure on Krista, and there's her 3. That fixes any frustrations.
Real tight. This is the 7.
Okay, speed's nice.
The rock almost got one that's not the same here.
Okay. Like a 15 a tee.
Yeah.
Taking quite a bit of ice. I assume it's a bit of a sharp rock.
I like it. I got a little light.
Yeah, I
Centerline guard just grabbed the top 12, she said.
There's room.
Clean it. Clean it.
What?
Clean.
These rocks were used at last year's Scotties, so they'd have a pretty good idea what they're doing until they were resanded.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Good,
Great
Emma.
judge.
Thanks, Em. Just off and roll a bit under.
Personally love to see that a foot or two higher. Now I'm splitting hairs here because it's in a good spot, but now you might be able to roll not only in the rings but underneath cover.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is that super straight spot we saw Tracy Fleury get caught in a couple times in the third end.
Curl if you can.
And will drive by everything. Out of her hand, they knew.
Take on the double. It's tough. Might jam.
Same shot. Because peeling that just opens up their corner for them, right?
Yeah. We never guard again, do we?
Yeah, we can. It just has to be pretty perfect.
Looks like it might jam.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hit half a rock.
Yeah, but.
And then it just opens up their corner.
Yeah, I like the guard. We like that.
Okay, so this one should run better?
This rock should run better, and it should curl less. Just easy.
Less.
Okay. So do you like this?
Less ice.
Giving you. Yeah. Do you like the same weight?
Yeah.
Hairless?
Hairless. Just swept it.
5 inches less ice than that first rock, so the first one's a bit of a cutter.
A little less. Easy line, easy line.
Meets close. Cats. No, you're in.
Yeah.
3, 4.
Wait
You're in. No, you're in.
Don't let it die.
Curl. 4.
That's a good example. Emma, when she let it go, it was a little light, and this is going to be deeper.
We're on the
Again, I apologize, Kathy.
Thank you.
Alberta, Nunavut, please.
Well, Team Sturmey much more precise than they were last night. I think that's just the comfort of being here. And as that is made really tough for the Nunavut team. For Julia, she's trying to run that corner guard in. She called the thin double. She might have a better chance of sticking around to try to catch the one that's at the back of the 4-foot flush.
Yeah, I like that.
But the run is the key. Sorry, Russ?
Through the porch, you mean?
No,
Yeah.
like she's going to hit it
Right.
on the outside.
Yeah.
You're right. 2/3, yep.
Whoa.
A good effort.
Yes.
And we'll give up the steal of one.
Again.
Selena Sturmey is a perfect 100% through 5.
Okay.
Well, that's precise.
This will turn an end around.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really nice. Clears up the middle. Also punches that red to the back of the rings behind the corner, so that'll be usable to freeze to now. Great throw.
I think Tracy's going to try to make this double. I think it's there other than that could it jam in that corner.
Do you want to go take a look at the guards and see what the double looks like?
Okay. I just don't want to call a shot that's like going to help.
I don't want to end up. You don't think you can make that?
Hitting this one first?
Yeah.
Just make sure we get it thin enough so that we don't stuff
They start
it in.
drawing and they start planting.
Yeah, it's just, if I get it too thick, we can tap them in this way, we can tap them in that way.
Well,
too.
the miss is just thin and do this. At least it's our guard.
It's just really dead on impact. Like I think if we go here, it's not. It's pretty good.
They start running and planting. We're
I
in
know,
trouble.
but I don't think we want to. We want to be like a piece berry, like a choke almost.
Okay, go ahead.
Really well thought out. A little worried about making the double and jamming on that corner, which have to be a little unlucky, but you know they thought about it. Then they were worried about hitting the top yellow, the highest guard, thick. Then the second one doesn't go far enough because the rings are a little slow.
Yeah, I like this.
So now, instead of burying this, they want to keep it partly open. So a run back would be difficult to hit and stay buried.
It's just a good example of the team dynamic there. Tracy not comfortable with the shot, and Emma actually came down to frame it properly for Rachel. She's done that for over 20 years, so keeps the eye on the time clock there to come to the decision. But nice to defer to the thrower there. Let Tracy throw what she's comfortable with.
Look, where?
Oh, looks heavy. Looks heavy. Looks heavy. 5.
Weight's good.
Okay.
Clean. Yes.
Wait only.
Look out.
Wait only.
Just clean. Yeah.
They don't have to fully bury this. They're just basically choking off that come around.
There. Distance. Keep going. Just want the run longer because we get buried.
Okay.
Right underneath.
Like, just 8.5.
Okay.
Not crazy, just 8.5.
This will back up.
Tracy's one of the very best drawers in our game today in any country.
Whoa, no.
Gotta give these a chance. Watch that one.
Watch the shooter. Okay.
Another example of Homan, even though she's 3 up, elected to try to put pressure on the opponent and got an error on the run back. Now she peels.
Straight, eh? You can let go
Brilliant.
of those, Trace. We can back this up, right? Okay, you got it, Trace.
So there's an outside chance it's going to be a force, and you're guaranteed not to give up 2 unless you do something crazy.
Yes.
Yep. Back it up.
Really gotta go.
Hard up.
Drag it out.
Hard.
Trying to hold a curl. Back it up.
You're good.
Miscue. And across the top and out of play.
Three shots, Tracy.
Smart throw in that spot. Andrea's throwing a run back. There's negative ice. It's hard to look at from the hack. You almost have to be scared of missing it tight. Tracy, wide open peel, but she's not going to give the rock away. She knows she's going to use her sweepers to drag that out.
Andrea Kelly as we play third stones here in the 5th.
Yep. Hard. Woo. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep.
Oh, may get out of this now and get a blank.
Yep.
Wow. Interesting. Didn't see that coming.
Team Canada will be quite happy with that, though, too.
That's a testament to Andrea Kelly. Her years of experience, gets to throw the same-ish path twice, and now she makes no mistake.
Okay. Still should run really straight.
It's remarkable to think last year their win percentage going into the Scotties was 88%. This year it's 92%. As to your point of earlier, they just find a way to improve all the time, and it may be subtle.
Like, see, we're off the rock again. Yeah.
Virtually every one of those games against a world-class team, too.
As long as I could blank after, though.
Yeah.
That's why I think she's saying true. Yeah.
4-3, Saskatchewan leads Prince Edward Island, and Saskatchewan with last draw.
And Nancy Martin's ability to put the stone where she wants it to go has really been remarkable this game. Just very precise with draws. You can see she already lies 2. It's a very tough draw for 3, though. Veronica Main was trying to come down to those stones and wound up as a guard on the in-turn side, leaving just the out-turn. So she needs to get to her shot stone and not move an inch to have a chance for 3.
Isn't it? Can she tap? It's a quiet raise on the red, is it not, to bring in the 3rd point? Or does she just have to play up to her own?
I think she's playing up to her own,
okay.
But she can't roll off.
All right.
Hard. Okay, we're not there. Okay.
Sorry, Shane.
Just the 2.
Trying to win 2 in a row.
Joanne Courtney wouldn't have quit on that one.
Oh, you don't stop sweeping until the rock stops. That's rule number 1 of front end. Might not quite have made it, but the skipper doesn't like to see you let up and then it come up just a couple inches late.
And it could jam.
I like on the rock. I guess
Go thicker?
Huh?
Go
Trying to hit
thicker?
it.
No, like a quarter, you should be
Ben?
going under.
Similar spot to the first end blank.
Always so they have to turn here too if they're worried.
A half rock hits the back of it. But then you go down maybe and into the rings. That's how thick it is.
Yeah.
It's so hard to roll the other side. I have to go flashing. I'm not going to do that.
Probably don't want to do that.
But I just banked some time, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Final stone, looking for the blank. Remember now she missed an opportunity for the blank in the first.
Go, 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 go.
And we'll get it this time. So we're halfway through. 7-4, Homan leads it here in Thunder Bay.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
Rick Langs. Some fifth end break chat with Krista McCarville. Find themselves down by 3, 7-4. Team Canada leads it. As we check the numbers after 5, Joe.
It's been a high-scoring affair, to say the least. The second end, McCarville's team was trying to be a little bit defensive, but ended up giving up a 4 with an early jam setting that up. They bounced back with that 3. Krista made a great tap for it, but unfortunately there was a bit of an error on her last in 4. Could have had a force, but ended up giving up another 3 to Team Canada. Just Team Homan is sorting out the conditions better than McCarville's team at this point.
And Homan is out curling Krista McCarville. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada.
If you miss this, you're giving up 2.
Run it back, Wilkes. Can you hold it? Got it? You bet you do. And stuffs it underneath. Homan her last. Going after second shot. Run it back. Bang. Oh, and oh, goodness.
Wow.
Needs it here. As the crowd now starts to applaud. And it'll come to a crescendo now. So much pressure. Has to be the shot stone. Burgess, Lenentine. The crowd responding. Have to get it by. Oh, it rubs and rolls. Will it curling enough? No, it will not. Rachel Homan is going to win a 4th Canadian championship. Yeah, you think about it, just that undefeated effort. And then going on to the Worlds and dropping 1 there. And it was a wonderful final. Do you remember that against Tirinzoni? And I said to you earlier before that rarely have you ever seen somebody absolutely handcuff a team that they did not have a shot. And she just turned around and said, Dankeschön, and that was it. Left the ice. That was a remarkable year. And it's even better this year when you play 7 events, as Homan has, and she's won 5 of them and lost the final of the other 2.
Unbelievable.
That's why she comes in with that record of 92% win percentage. Outstanding.
That's pretty special. It really is.
So here we go to the 6th. Welcome back, everybody, on this Saturday night. It is 7-4, Team Canada leading. Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville with Last Rock has the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
That's pretty overburied. Want to come and tap it?
Yes,
I
mean,
know
it's
if it's there this way.
her record over the course of 2 years is outstanding.
Okay, back 4. Okay.
Look at that, back-to-back points bets, then going undefeated, then 1 loss in the World Championships, and Just 2 losses to Canadian teams, and both to Carrie Anderson. Just remarkable. Last 2 seasons, 113-11.
And again, against world-class teams, every single outing.
Coming down. Distance. Kick it out into the open. Go on this one hard. Really good. Nice. Great shot. Wide open.
So a little surprised McCarville didn't opt to throw a second corner guard with that high corner to start.
What a wonderful shot that was, though, to kick it out in the open and roll in, keep McCarville busy down the center here.
Would you double up the guards on the one side or go to the other side?
I would double them up in this situation just because that first guard was a little bit high. If it's a little tighter to the rings, kind of in the tight to in between halfway and tight, then you can split them. Put one on each side.
Good.
Gets rid of one, has a little bit of junk there that Homan will have to deal with.
9-7 she had, actually. Okay. Big roll. Okay, or normal, sorry. Do you have all plus?
Do you have plus, like air?
Yeah, I have like. Are you okay with this?
Okay.
Keep it there, yep. Hard. Okay. I didn't want to roll it under there.
Yeah, they originally wanted to roll right across to the center line, but once halfway down, they went with the audible because they didn't want to roll to
Feels nice, right?
Krista's feet there and then make that yellow-hearted remove later.
Northern Ontario has some rocks to work with, though, here, Russ.
Yep.
I'd say any rock in play is helping them right now. Get a 2 right now, and there's still lots of game left to play.
Easy, guys. Have a look. Lots of room. Have a look.
Me. Well, we gotta go.
Line's good. Right here, not too deep. Can't set up the double. Not too deep. Can't set up the double.
We're there.
Whoa,
We're there.
whoa. Sip. Good shot.
Good shot.
What happened there?
That was the weirdest.
It slipped out of my hand. Like, did you see it?
Like, I know, it looked like you were almost.
It's like I let go of it.
I know, you were just on camera saying that. Don't say that. It's a first wrong.
It's like I almost.
That's a first wrong.
Well, I still had touch it. I still had. Oh, did you? But it's almost
Oh,
like
jeez.
Oh, see, they're showing me.
They were talking about if she double touched it or not, but her hand did not come off the rock. It just slipped.
Just her thumb.
Incredible. She had a good release on that rock.
Easy control. Yep. Whoa, no, if you're heavy. No.
Watch the back one. Good.
Squeezes it through.
I kind of like
So shot rock does belong to Team Canada. Second stone is the stone, that one right there.
We're second, so I like, okay.
Well, we could freeze right back to it.
It's like that or.
Under that long corner.
Hi there.
You could try to go around the long corner again, but if you freeze to your own, I don't think you're closer with either red. So you're kind of handcuffed here.
I don't. Someone want to yell it down?
Freeze on the one on the button.
Do you want to freeze that one?
Freeze it.
Freeze that one on the button.
I don't know what you're
Do you
saying.
like to freeze that one at all?
No.
Okay. Then draw over here.
Yes.
Okay.
I love this hit, the worst, because you ever roll out.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big roll.
Kathy, let's update what's going on Alberta and Nunavut.
Well, Selena Sturmey and her team have left a remarkable number of stones around, given that they're up 5. They've now decided to call a timeout. She was trying to navigate a port to tap that red stone back for 4, but I think they may have second thoughts.
Girl.
No, I don't know.
Girl, really gotta go. Really gotta go. It's hard, Sarah. You gotta go.
Interesting enough, the familiar face of Colin Hodson is their coach.
Where's the in this one?
5 Manitoba championships, 1 with Northern Ontario.
You see that gap between the two stones at the guards. That's where Julia was going through. I think Colin feels her odds are better to run the corner guard into the mix, and any yellows would go onto the red.
They're queued up pretty nicely, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay. Weight's good.
It's over buried by a lot, isn't it, if you come through the port?
Oh.
Hard.
You can make this two different ways too, Kath. You can hit it thinner and hit the yellow one as thick as you can for 3, or you can go right by everything and pick out the red one.
Pick out the red one.
So exchange of stones back 8 in our game. Keep them separated. Might look at a couple here for Northern Ontario. Saying, you know, thinking to myself, Joe, if there's a lot of chatter from the other, from the hack end sometimes to McCarville, and I'm one of those people sometimes you have to get out of the skip's way. And I understand what they're trying to do, and they're trying to help her, but she had a definite idea there. She wanted to hit and roll away. She didn't want to play the freeze. And so leave her alone.
Yeah, I think so. And the hit and roll is an easier shot than the perfect freeze. If you don't happen to make that freeze perfect, your simple 2 could go out the window. And in this situation, 6th end, it's so important.
All right, final stone for Nunavut and Julia Weigel.
Close. Close. Yes.
Trying to angle it back on a train of 3 yellows. Here we go. Nope. And it won't. And so take a good look. Is it that one?
It is.
It is.
One red.
One red. One more for Selena Sturmey out of the Saville Sports Center in Edmonton.
A little light. Yep. Yes. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
That was good for down normal.
Girl. We're not on it, girl.
Okay.
Oh, you don't see that too often.
Well, we have a freeze here.
She freezes on us.
You think she's going to?
Yeah.
Would we force her to, Lisa?
Yeah.
So how aggressive do you want to be if you're Northern Ontario? Russ, you could play the conservative, split the rings and try to get your 2, or do you try to,
I just think anywhere
as they said, freeze to the down to the other one?
I think you have to be as aggressive as you can. It's Rachel Homan. Here's a good chance. Or you go to the open side, you get your 2. That's good, but is it good enough? You're playing N7 without the hammer and 1 down. This is a nice chance. I think you have to go back to that back one or fully buried. The only other option, Joanne, is you could hit the corner one and roll buried, but that's a tough shot.
Yeah, only reason I don't like that.
We've said like light on that
Just haven't seen it.
Right.
I've
Okay.
flashed
Yeah.
or rolled
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
I don't like.
That looks unnatural to me. after
Fortunately, in this
seeing
situation, you can't freeze to your own buried because you won't be second shot.
You think they have to go all the way to the back?
No, just bury it
tucking
somehow. Yeah.
Even tucking half to 3/4 might get Rachel chase it. If she ever wrecks on the top yellow, you might get 3.
Line's good. Hard. Gotta get past this.
Simple. And Potts.
We're not there.
Oh, it's a big carry here, and it's not going to have enough oomph.
Where are we?
They are there for second shot.
Not a disaster. I don't see a double without jamming. Really tough.
Maybe.
It's their shot too.
We just can't can't go by and plant.
I don't think it's
It
there.
might go, but we can't risk double jamming it, right?
What? I feel like the only, unless you chisel it.
If
That's the only way I see it. If
you hit it, you heard the word chisel it as thin as possible. Mathematically, I think it could go there, but by risking that, hitting as thin as possible, what if it goes right by and sits there? Then it's a draw for 3.
I think the end. It's gonna do nothing, right? We just want to make sure we never go into that. We jam here and jam there. So
Yeah, you hit it
overcurl's
at
better.
1:30, 2 o'clock.
Right.
They'll both spill towards the center. It's a draw for 3. So I assume Rachel's just going to kill the top one.
There's room with the out.
I think she's taking it on.
She's going to take it on, okay. She gets the second one super thin. She gets away with it.
To remove one, I guess you just
have room with the out
play it low.
No. Okay.
Just try to remove the top one on the low side.
Okay.
How do you think it'll run with heel?
We were calling.
Well, we called back to this one. Back 8.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's.
How are you throwing it? Straight through. Okay.
Final stone for Team Canada here in 6.
Yep.
Right now, it's Northern Ontario sitting the 2.
Hard! Yeah!
Sarah Wilkes. Right out of her hand. Here we go. Bang, bang. And she's driving it through. And drove it by. And so they will have a chance for a couple here in 6. Northern Ontario.
McCarville got a little lucky where that light rock stopped and they kind of handcuffed Rachel there.
All of them. Yeah. No.
It's a good try. With that weight, it wasn't going to stick at the back. And if it ever micro-ticked that, you might have been able
Make
to
the same weight's good.
kick it at a 90-degree angle.
I think maybe a little.
Yeah.
Hair more?
Yeah.
A little more.
Same to a hair more.
Full 8. For a couple.
I thought it was a little more, guys. I thought it was more.
You can hurt it. Can't hurt it.
As the rhythmic applause begins. And now it's all out applause as McCarville draws the back of the button for a couple in front of a sold-out house here in Thunder Bay.
Such a nice group of women, and it's always fun to play against them. Lots of laughs, and they're fierce competitors, and we have to play our best for sure and hope that we can outplay them through the lineup.
Kate is a fierce competitor. No matter who's in our lineup, we know that they're going to be tough, and I got to watch them at the provincials, and they had a fantastic week. So we're excited to get to play Kate and her team, and we know that it'll be a tough battle.
And that will be our feature game tomorrow. And Brian Mudrick joins you along with Kathy, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, all Manitoba. Kate Cameron, the Manitoba champion, and against Caitlin Laws, who comes in as the number 2 team in the team ranking system. So that's how she qualifies. All Manitoba tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Sandra Schmerler Day at the Scotties. On this Saturday night, it is SRO, standing room only, for this one, Northern Ontario against Team Canada. And here in the 7th, it is Rachel Homan out of the Ottawa Curling Club that does have last rock, has the hammer, playing the Redstones.
Okay, you want to ask or no?
I did. She shook her head.
Okay.
So, like, 15,
It's quick
5
here. Yeah,
almost,
you're
you know.
another one down. Yeah.
I just wondered if this was a little straight.
15-5. That's a big number. That's fast. These are the ones you can't be that 1 foot heavy. You look so silly. You could set up a yellow double if this bounces off.
Room. Tons of room.
Lots of room, guys.
Tons of room. No bouncing. No bounce.
We're not bouncing.
Curl. Hard curl. Hard. You gotta go. Sarah. Go. Hard.
Well judged.
That rock. Yeah, that rock's straight. That minor warping there.
Scary to hit a rock out of the thrower's hand when the conditions are a bit straighter.
Every one of yours just doesn't want to go.
Sometimes you can kick it out wide and then it never comes back, but the sweepers made the right call there. If they don't hit that early, that's significantly light.
Emma Miskew.
Lean.
And a belated happy birthday to Emma. His birthday was yesterday.
one is really bad.
Half-ish?
Halfway even.
Kathy,
right?
let's update Alberta Skurlik against BC's Brown.
Well, Kayla Skurlik hasn't had a lot of help tonight. She's had some tough shots, and she's made a lot of tough shots. It's the draw weight that's been her personal challenge. She made a double on her first, and that allowed the situation where she's lying to. Corinne cannot get to the shot stone because of the guard, so needs a piece of the hearts.
On the right-hand side there is Sarah Colton. She's new to the team after many years playing with Carrie Galusha, Sam Fisher. And the draw will settle. Yes, hanging on back button center line for the single.
Huge shot there.
Lots of finish on that. It almost got buried behind the rock top four.
That one? Sorry.
You can always bury them when you don't have to.
I don't think I can make it with 4 without leaving all their rocks.
No, but like if you hit it 7/8 high, could do that.
Yeah, I like that. You can do
Doubles
that with
there.
heel weight and kill top 2, or you can do it with soft weight and save your
Well, I
shooter.
think you would need like board to stick your shooter. It's just so dead. What about control?
Control's good, I think.
Like I think we just stick our shooter. I think you need board. Like solid board.
It's interesting. Emma's saying the house is dead, so she wants to throw more weight to spill the rocks more, but we just heard 15.5 for a draw, so it must be certain paths are a little bit keener.
And there again, calling out the number 7 rock, which you think may be a little bit of a cutter.
Yes, I do. It took about 5.5, 6 inches less ice on a draw.
Sarah Wilkes.
Hard roller shooter.
Unlocks everything.
That's good.
Shot rock remains Northern Ontario.
Good,
It's an interesting stagger, isn't it?
Guard what, just so I know?
The
guard it.
The red or the just guard it.
Can't run anything straight back.
Go straight guard.
Yeah.
Okay, this side is not going to be the same.
Oh, she's giving
Gonna
me
give me this side. I like this.
Yeah.
The same. Okay.
Quite the game when you think about it. You give up a 4 and a 3 to Rachel Homan. You're only one down, and you've got an outside chance at a steal here.
Yeah, the only play to get this yellow out is to hit what you can see and peel it out of there. So guard it, and Team Canada has work to do.
I thought they'd blast that with the out turn.
And Emma wanted to. You could hear she didn't like leaving all their rocks in the rings.
Girl, you gotta go. You gotta really go. You gotta really go. Hard. Hard. You gotta go. Really hard. Really hard.
There
You gotta
goes.
go. Keep going. Go, go, go. Keep going, Sarah. Keep going. Okay.
Not enough.
Like you're kind of starting your red,
Showing
red,
half
yellow,
a stone.
right? I like that.
I think the pick. Or do we run it on just
Like
pick ours?
I like the pick.
I have like almost half of it. Just pick it. I think so.
They should run
Said earlier today, yesterday, this is a low roof building, and everything echoes. It comes back. The sound comes back immediately, and so it's a very loud building. Last year, I remember 3 years ago in 22 when we had
Okay, you got it, Trace.
just 500 people, the volunteers,
We can hold
and
it
it
for
sounded
you.
like a full building.
Yeah.
And it's noisy. It's really noisy out here. Tonight's fans are really enjoying it. But the yelling up and down, I'm surprised they can hear anything.
Yeah. Whoa.
It was a weird slide, yeah.
Trying to pick the shot stone.
Clean.
Clean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clean.
Oh, there you go.
Couldn't hear anything.
That was tight. Good shot.
That was my ear.
Yeah.
Wait, let's wait.
What kind of weight?
Play with like bumper, 10.5.
10.5 I like, because we gotta make sure we get it out.
That's how we stick our shooter.
Yeah, 10.5's good.
10.5.
It's hard to do both. You throw enough weight to play an angle race and kick their top 8-foot rock out of play and save the shooter. pretty thick to save the shooter.
Andrea Kelly.
10 and a half. Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Simple.
Hard.
There you go. Angle it back. Got it. Yes, they do. And they're not going to be able to hold the shooter, and that stone doesn't go either.
It actually wrecked.
I thought I heard walls. We just rubbed it. Actually, I thought I heard walls. No, I think.
Did a little too cute there. They on it, off it, on it. Just tickles that red, and that's what causes that to spin out. The gear effect, it's gone.
Sorry, I thought I heard walls. Should I go look at it?
Yeah, take a look. If it jams, we're not shot. Could run that into that.
Have to?
I do, but and even if we just hit and roll a hair,
I mean, even if we just
it's hard to do with the guard.
get rid of this one for now. Like,
Yeah, she's coming around.
I think we can get this under there.
Oh, I know, but then
Okay.
she's coming around. She's one and should be lying one.
Are you thinking try to nose it?
That's okay, though.
Well, I was thinking of trying to make this double, but I think we spin up and jam. So
Yeah.
I think this is all we can do right now. Nose is fine.
Is nose better though than rolling in front of that
Yeah, I
one?
think we
Nose
don't
might
want
be
to
better.
it. Yeah.
Right on the
Nose it?
nose?
Yeah.
Hack? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I
we
think
want to
so.
hook
Yeah,
it
yeah.
as best we can.
Easy hack.
She has the out turn.
Could do this. This is where we saw it run straight, right?
Yeah. I don't hate that either.
Would you like to, would you play it right into the pocket and try and get them both?
I think we only have one.
Joe?
That shot is so hard. We see it called a lot, Russ, to hit it right in the middle, but you have to hit it perfectly in the middle to make that double.
They're this so close together, they look like they're easy, but it's actually harder because you get a hair too much of the first one and you don't have any power on the second one. Yes.
Like, you can get them all
There are
going.
options. With this?
I don't hate that.
Timeout's
You
been
pick the
called.
one, it's good.
With this one?
Yeah. Like if you pick this one.
I'm just thinking.
Where
this
does she
is-
go?
Nose is hard.
Yeah. Nose
And
is
if we
really
do
hard.
this-
I like this call.
Yeah.
I think
It's
running
just
it
if
into
I
here.
don't connect- I feel like if I don't connect, it's kind of
What?
squishy and then she's wrapping.
Yeah,
Yep, but this
we
is
have
open
double.
now.
Yeah,
but then we'll have a double, right?
Okay.
Do you like this?
We're thinking run it into this one.
What do you like?
I don't mind it.
What do you like?
Yeah. It's
Nose this?
hard not to hook it. If you hook it and they wrap an out turn around.
If she buries around, I can't get her out.
Yeah.
From here anyways. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel this is great if I could get to nose. If I roll here,
Yeah,
we can't
let's
use
use
it at all.
Yeah.
You just saw it with normal, it
The
does
best
nothing.
result,
Yeah.
in
Okay.
my
Not down
opinion, is the
normals,
intern
Chase.
soft weight, which Tracy's famous for, knows it. Not simple, but it's
Big
there.
heel.
They're worried that if an inch high, it rolls on top, staggers them. McCarville sinks another one. So this, with the score the way it is, this is probably the smarter move.
And Rachel even mentioned if she happens to not connect and just make the straight peel, at least it's now open.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Can't give up a steal. That's job number one.
Tracy Fleury,
Up normal. No.
after all that discussion.
Still falling.
Yep.
Watch that center line. They
Hard.
said it was falling, and they'll get
Okay.
the other stone.
That's good.
Actually, had to be on that
Good
one.
shot, Tracy.
Well, what else?
7-1.
That right on the nose.
Alberta's Selena Sturmey leading Julia Weigel in Nunavut.
Well, Selena on her final stone was trying to go around a corner to lie two, but she grazed and rolled into the open and inadvertently set up a double opportunity. If she can get to the nose and make the double, the chances for three.
Yep. Whoa.
Yep!
Hard.
Whoa! Yep!
Yes.
Hard!
Hard.
Just like that.
Look at that. Yeah, for three. The team from McCarville.
2 great ends in a row, Kathy. They almost pulled off a 3 last end.
But still a double, right? Yeah. Then they're going to sit 1, 2, 3. We're going to have 1 here.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Then we'd have to come around again.
Yeah. Okay. So you like the tap?
Yeah, I like the tap. I mean, either way, unless we remove one, that's what's going to sit, right? Yeah.
So this is hanging a bit.
You
So
can tap on the shot rock.
2-line back 4.
You're worried about setting a double up at some point, but that's official. It's going to be there either way. You could come around with the out turn.
So yeah, I
What
don't
do you
mind.
like, Joe?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I don't mind that out turn come around, I think, Russ. The only thing is, I
Pretty
don't
close, I think.
we've seen a ton of those
Okay,
on this side,
yeah.
so that might be why they're playing the top. They
Yeah.
threw the draws on this side, this end.
Yeah, the whole game's been this side more prominently for sure. Danger here is if you maybe under curl a little bit. There'll
Back
be a
8.
real easy double, maybe even a triple
Going not quite
for the wrong player.
edge for a draw.
Prefer to
So
tap
maybe a
this
hair more.
to back 4.
Yeah,
I
get
think.
some separate. I agree.
'Cause if a double's made on the thrown rock, they're coming around this rock that's top 12.
Even like 15 to spin. Okay.
Haven't had very many over curl on this turn.
Skip Stones here in 7.
Easy line.
And
Whoa, whoa,
Krista
whoa.
McCarville.
Back 4. Curl, Sarah, curl.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Curl, Sarah, gotta go.
Sarah Potts helped this over.
Back 8.
Straight. Go for this one.
Now, hold it up.
Hard.
Back 8.
Ashley Sipola.
Point
Hard. Roll, Ash,
Wow.
roll. Okay.
B. So straight there.
Great weight.
Yeah.
That's just 6
Yeah.
inches less curl than they thought.
It wasn't even close, was it? Line-wise.
Yeah? We gotta make a decision.
You guys got it then.
Alberta and Kayla Skurlik against Corinne Brown as they play in 7. 7-3 BC.
Kayla Skurlik made an absolute peach on her first one, facing 3. She navigated a tiny port, corner froze onto the brownstone against 3 for shot. And when Corinne was not able to get right on top of it, it creates this opportunity for 2, needs full 4.
Draw weight has been an issue, just 38% on her draws.
She made it perfect on her first, but needs to stop.
Whoa.
And just does for 2. Here we go. Homan first. Run it back, and he will get rid of 2.
Nice shot.
Just size in the middle.
Really good outcome there. Didn't get the jam on the corner. Hung on with the shooter.
That's good, Rach. Sorry. No, it's good.
That's great.
So much straighter than
Good. Good.
You know, you go back again to the previous stone and decisions and what you decide to play. McCarville decided not to play the come around on the wide out turn to get to the back. Decided to play the raise instead, and look what happens. Now, I'm not saying that the draw would have been easier, but the result may be a little different, right?
Yeah, they still thought there would be a double available, even if they'd made the bump that they called. And now, if Krista can come around this rock top 12 to top 8-foot range, just make sure they stick 2 of the forces on. That's mission accomplished.
Maybe even a steal. You get this to half buried top 4.
Yeah, just can't be deep and leave a double off the side yellow.
Your last one was back 8.
Yeah, that was
Maybe
back 8.
a little less than that.
Yeah. A little less.
A little, not
We
much.
want it just like top 4, almost even. This one a hair higher.
Okay.
Should be a fraction slower here.
You want to make it as good as you can.
Yeah.
Force as much precision as possible, but cannot slide deep.
Well, we'll find out if that draw was
Line
there
good.
now.
Room, lots of room, lots of room.
Like to play the raise the first time, drawing now for the second.
Straight. We're there. No. Curl. Right to my broom.
Oh, you got to get everything you can out of this. Everything you can out of this. And they do get it there for second shot.
It's definitely slower there.
Yeah, it seems just if you don't play a spot for a little while, you can for sure add at least, it looks like 4 feet.
Which is quite standard, eh? It's very common.
It's the art of curling is reading the sheet.
Quite a bit of moisture outside, and they have the doors open between games, before games, bringing in, I think it was 52% last time I looked. Bringing in a bit of moisture too.
Final stone, facing a couple.
Little light. Oh. Curl.
Gotta curl. Really gotta curl. Really gotta curl. Keep going. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Staying with it. And it will be a single for Homan in 7. First time in the event she's forced and held to a single in the 2 games.
Sorry.
Saturday night here in Thunder Bay, day 2 of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. And our feature Team Canada, a winner yesterday against Northern Ontario, who dropped their opener to Saskatchewan. As we go to the 8th, and it is Northern Ontario trailing by 2. They do have last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Light good. Room. Andrea's wrong. Andrea, you're wrong. Andrea, go. Go, curl.
It's not heavy.
Curl. You gotta curl it. Gotta curl it. Keep going. You gotta go. Hard. You gotta go. Keep going. Go.
Andrea
Hard.
Kelly, what a great brush. Oh, terrific.
15-3.
Work that all the way down to get it in behind their longer corner.
Gee, ever.
12. Good.
Okay, you got it. Back line.
Remember now that Sarah Potts came off the bench for this game, took over the lead spot. Sipola moved to second, and Kendra Lilly is on the bench.
Yeah, what'd she say?
Yeah.
Little heavy.
Sarah Wilkes now trying to follow them down.
Little light.
You got a little room, but it may be a little light, they said. Look at Wilkes now.
Hard reach. Go.
And we'll push it to the back and push it. Doesn't go out, so it hangs on the edge.
Good shot, though.
Like just double the top 2 and roll.
Versus team in Northern Ontario to make some good shots to put that biter on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's incredibly straight. That's crazy. I know. That's
9? Yeah. 9.
I like that. Out of that.
So hits have been her issue, and called on one here. 66% in her up weight shots.
Whoa.
I can't hear.
Close. Yep. No. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Roll it. Nice shot. Yep.
And we'll get 2 and leave the shooter there. Centerline guard could be available now for Northern Ontario.
Actually, would have loved to hit it up.
I know.
In.
Yeah. Whoa.
Normal.
Weight's good.
Little hurry up offense here for
Okay.
Team Canada, Joe.
Just trying to roll it all the way under.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit tight for time. They're kind of just over the 3 minutes per end mark, and they've used their timeout now. So it's not horribly tight for time, but they won't have a lot of time to talk about things. So wherever they can bank it, they will be throwing quick.
This rock's is this your straight rock or no? Okay.
Whoa. No.
Close.
Girl.
Gotta go for weight too. Weight's close actually.
Curl. Hard, Zira. Really hard. Hard.
Good place.
Okay.
15-5.
Skipper knew right away, didn't she? Just a hair full.
15-5.
Hey, okay. Emma's ran
And everything high.
What'd she say?
Really having trouble with the acoustics, Vic.
Oh, very much. Pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
Peel it.
Yeah, now they're going to hand signals.
Heel hard.
Wilkes had her hand in the air as to say it was a little hot. And they'll punch it through and out the back.
And you see with Sarah on the outside there, she looked at the rock once all the way down the sheet. Otherwise, she was only looking at the line caller. She can't hear anything. Her only job is to communicate whether or not Emma has to speak.
I'm good with it.
You could try to split these on, only because it's impossible to chase the red one without playing a run back, and that's dangerous. By splitting it, you could split it back to that red one buried or behind the corner buried. Opened it up. You could probably even chase it through the hole with the out turn.
You play it tight. If you happen to wreck on the front, you might both spill on.
That's the gut feel, right? And yeah, then you open it up for sure. The steal probably cost you the game.
Where? Yeah. Right. We gotta go. Yes,
Andrea Kelly.
Whoa, room. We're close. Just her weight. Like good. Just her weight. Room. Not curling. Not curling. No bounce. Line's perfect.
We're
no
not
bounce.
bouncing.
Sarah, go hard. Go hard. Go. Hard. I touched that guard, Rachel.
You didn't move it though.
No.
Good throw.
Red is still shot stone.
Real bounce
Canada
back.
still shot.
Kicking
Real
rock.
bounce back from Andrea Kelly in this game, Victor.
Okay, just
15-2.
don't tap it. Yeah. Okay, even if you hook the guard, it's not awful.
Yeah, you got it, Trace.
Just a hair light. Kind of had to be shot
Yeah,
there.
probably. They're just going to cap it.
Well, they said it was so straight for so long.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do? You have to wait, right?
You can't kill the line. This shot and wide open doesn't work either.
What'd she say? That line.
Line good.
It's good. 6.
Whoa.
6. Well, can't, I don't think. 6.
Wait there.
Don't want to touch
6.
Line only.
Don't want to tap the yellow.
Coming down.
Whoa.
Just, it's my. Can't touch it. Can't touch it.
It's gotta sit. Whoa.
Just gonna try
Good
and curl
spot.
it. Really good.
Good.
Great judge, guys.
Nice shot, Tracy.
Really nice shot.
Good judge, you guys.
Nice shot.
Would you attempt? It's dangerous because you could tap that red through the hole. Probably roll too far though.
I have
I'm seeing the run here.
What's
Yes.
that?
Soft
I
weight
have
run.
half.
Yep.
For what? I have half of the red. Oh, this one. Yeah, could do that.
Well, just as long as you get rid of it. Like, I mean, in a perfect world,
Hard
you go
to get.
dig and stick it on the side,
Yeah.
but.
What looks good? 10 and a half? Okay, pretty
I don't know if we'll
straight.
stick it.
What's that?
I don't know if we'll stick it.
Yeah, I'm just
I don't
wondering
think we
that
need to
too.
stick
You,
it.
you think you can hit enough of that and stick around?
The word 10 and a half is fairly firm for this shot. Yeah, that's going to be hard. Very hard to do that. It's pretty buried. It's maybe. I heard them worrying about as long as you get it out of there. Well, that's not necessarily the key here with 2 down. You could just hit and roll buried, get it later. Just move it out in the open.
There we go. Got to come through that hole first.
Whoa!
Down.
No, curl!
Easy.
Curl!
Got to get it off that high one. Get it off that one just below the cashmere. Here we go. Get it off of that one right there. Oh, they did not. Just never seemed to move, Joe.
No, the call was curl out of the hands. You have to assume probably a little bit wide there.
Okay.
So
Pretty pause.
they're welded and the houses are dead. Okay. I think with
Edge your rock!
I think with your peel it'll go, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've been getting more action than last night.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. The
don't
drag
have
should
to
bring
whip
it
it.
straight back too.
Did I hear the
Straight
houses are dead?
Right.
Is that
You got it. What
again
turn is
like
this?
last
Sorry.
night?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think it's a bit of an overstatement, I believe. But Rachel can throw this so hard anyways. She's got a great chance to get both these.
Yeah, hard. Really hard.
Yeah.
Hard!
It's a track meet for Wilkes to keep up.
Great shot.
And away they go. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think a dead house is going to hurt her there.
Just for reference, hawk to hawk, 6.3 seconds, and that's just effortless power.
Yeah, that could have been on shag carpet. It was still going out.
There's no shoving motion to generate that speed. It's all leg drive.
Yeah, it is.
Did it fly out or did it just get out?
It went.
Only female curler in the world who can throw it like that. It's amazing. What a weapon.
But I mean,
Yeah, I think
that's all we got.
Well, I gotta think it's close, right? They played this earlier and it was fine. There's been a million
Do you think more
rocks down.
14.5? Because this way is like 15.3.
Yeah. I think it's gotta
This
be
is
close.
pretty straight, so I'm thinking it's not going to be super heavy.
Yeah, no, I think it's got to be similar. There's been a bunch of rocks everywhere around
Wow.
here.
Talk about being in trouble.
Well, momentum is a very interesting thing. That 2 that Kayla Skrlik scored last end really propelled them into this end. Corinne Brown tried to run back facing 3 on her first. She did get 1. And then Kayla capped off the 3 that she leaves in the 4-foot. Needs Hearts to even cut the team down.
Oh, just you got to make a number shot just to make it a steal of 2.
And this is going nowhere. And just like that,
Yeah,
after
what a
trailing,
turnaround. Yep.
up for the first time this game.
5 unanswered points.
Steal 3.
Top 12 right in front. I think we go top 12 right in front of it.
Yeah, like split center. I like that.
Just touch the line. We have another one in.
Okay, she has all the 4-foot if you come here.
That's hard. That's what.
I disagree with Tracy right now. I think we need to go
What are
top.
we doing?
She wants to go
What do you
around the
like,
guard,
Rach?
like scooch the hole.
Oh, guard it. Middle of 8.
Pardon?
Guard's the right call. Tracy's thinking she's such a good drawer. It's not that close to the button, but guard it.
Saskatchewan and PEI, and Martin leads it by 3. And it is the team from PEI that does have last draw.
Well, it was facing 3 is what Nancy was in her last. They called a timeout. She froze to the back one. Veronica's trying to get to the nose and move it enough out to bring 2 into play.
86% on her hits. Bang. And will you sit down? Does not move that one far enough. It is for a single, it would appear.
I would agree.
So just the 1. Veronica Main throwing the 4th stones for Jane DiCarlo.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a rough sweep, but it went further than they thought.
It's good.
Yeah.
It does the trick.
Just a consistent game for Rachel Homan.
Perfect. Yeah. Make her go into the weeds.
McCarville consistent as well on both her draws and hits, but just 75%. And then trails, of course, on the scoreboard. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
For here, no. Like we
I
haven't
think
been
we're
out this
quite
far,
a bit
right?
wider,
No.
right?
Like
But
here,
it is, yeah.
Here when we went out wider, your 14.5 was top ring.
I don't think this is going to be that much
I don't
heavier,
think so
though, to be
either.
honest.
It's a
But I don't
straighter
think you can shoot less than a
side, so
15.
the speed will be pretty good, but this is wider. So
14.8-ish?
Yeah, that was
maybe add 4 or 5 feet to a really quick spot.
You've got to have a good piece of the blue, good piece of the 4-foot, and you're facing 3. You're already down a couple. Final stone, Krista McCarville. Here in 8, already down a game after losing to Saskatchewan last night.
Right now. Line's good.
Cipla left, Potts right, Kelly calling line, and here we go. Here we go. Needs a good piece of the 4. It's a carry as well as it's starting to lose its speed. Can you get it by? Can you? Yes, you can. Come on, here we go. For the single, Northern Ontario.
Well thrown, well judged, well called.
To keep themselves in it, trailing by 1. It's day 2 coverage of the Scotties, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, the Tournament of Hearts from Thunder Bay. Northern Ontario with a desperate single to keep themselves in it. Trailing now Team Canada and Rachel Homan 8-7. They were facing 3 with their last stone.
Just gotta let it stop. It's really coming down.
It's too heavy, Sarah.
And around they come, and Sarah Wilkes will get behind those two center guards.
Not ideal for Team Canada. The first one for sure, and that one is in a really bad spot if you can lock one on.
Ashley Sipola.
We're there. Whoa, looks like live. It is. Whoa, looks like times right now. Sarah. Hard.
And a quiet little tap spills away, still leaves Team Canada as a shot stone. Now this is the brushing of Sipola and Potts to get it there against three. And the thing too was that they stayed with it when at the other end McCarville was saying get off it, and then of course Rick Lang appreciating the brushing, the throw, as you say, well called, well managed, and well played to get that single down by one. We go to the ninth, and Team Canada once again with last rock. They have the hammer playing the redstone.
Could have played the double peel here. Yikes. It's in theory 4 in a row heavy.
So is that somehow is the ice quickening up just because of the play, lack of pebble? What's going on, do you think, Jim?
I don't know that it's quickening up. If it was getting faster, you might have seen the sweepers get caught, and it seemed like they judged those pretty much to where they were going, so it appeared to be thrower error there.
A lot of play on this side.
When it's running a little straighter, you have to be pretty close out of your hand because you can't have the sweepers hit it early, drag it out, and ruin the line. So throwers kind of there on their own here, and what a shot to the bundle in the back four here by Northern Ontario.
That's going to take at least 2 swings at the bat to get that thing out of there.
Well, they're going to rip the guard first.
Yeah, both of them.
Both
if
of
they
them
could.
try to.
Yep.
With Emma Miskew. Terrible. Bang, bang. Look out. Here it comes. So she gets rid of them, opens up the center, gets rid of also the backing. Unlocks it.
Yeah, very, very good. They get spread of both guards and rolls away. Number one gets rid of the backing. Really valuable stone.
Very quick here. Yeah, very quick.
Yeah, so that comment very quick. It does appear to be running faster than it has all game, so that's good to know. Ninth end, it's holding up, and also if you cook the path, if you throw it, this has been every rock almost this end has been in this line. You do see that speed increasing even in the ninth end.
Yeah, and as you said earlier too, it's a straighter path, and when you think about it, it's a shorter distance because there's not as much curl to get from point A to point B, and it just glides that extra foot or two. They're not far off on these shots.
Oh, no. That spot's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's surprised both teams now.
They're just going to keep running it over. I know, but what are you going to do?
Which way do you want to come? This way? Peel? Looks like intern peel, or?
Where are they peeling it to? Are they just, killing the wide one or the two on the left maybe?
2/3.
I think she wants that wide one.
But I'm trying to hit it into the wide.
You can hit this one too.
Oh, into that one. Yeah.
Little
into
thin,
that one.
Little
thin, little thick's okay.
3/4 is fine.
Straight here.
No. Whoa. Girl. Leave it.
Not sure she liked it out of her hand.
Outward motion.
That's okay.
Amazing, Becky. Right out of her hand. She knew she'd missed it, and she only missed it by another inch of curl, inch and a half of curl. She gets a piece of that. Interesting here. Keep them busy for a couple more.
Same place for Kelly?
Yeah.
Still there. Yeah. It's definitely less, though. A little higher. Mine's good. A little higher, not much. Mine's good. Mine's still good. Pretty halfway. Oh, no, clean. Halfway. Not curled. Oh. Yep. Yep. It's dying. Yep. Okay, good. Oh, no.
You probably know the in better. Feet on the end, but the out probably looks better too.
The out looks better.
A little too long, Joy.
I think they wanted it a little bit higher than their last one to make the run a little harder. That's
What do you
just
think the
too
way
high.
to nose?
I can't hear
What
you.
weight
What
to
way
get
to
to
nose it?
Oh, to get to nose. Back four to get to nose.
Okay, this should be a high 14 to
Okay.
T.
Yeah.
You guys can hold it here.
Yeah, you got it, Trace.
Close.
Eight.
Not close. Yes.
Oh,
Off.
no. Curl.
Clean up.
Coming down.
Hard.
Miscue.
Hard. You gotta help her
And
hard.
Wilkes got to get it by that one. They do.
Hard.
Go.
You really gotta top it.
Wilkes, the cheerleader here.
Anything.
And
Okay.
will snuggle up, but the shot rock still is the yellow.
Sorry, I thought I had more than that.
Way slower on that side.
That's what I got too. Yeah.
Again, the path sat, and it's a good 4 feet slower than they expect.
Yeah.
Boy,
That should be okay. They were like here.
Call was 10 out of her hand, back 12.
make that good. You get a nice
think
chance
we're
to get a
with you
deuce out of it. Now you're in real trouble with a nice freeze. Know what Rachel does.
And we have our first final and a 3 spot in 9, and that would be too much for Nunavut as Alberta's Selena Sturmate out of Edmonton picks up the win 11-4 over Julia Weigel and the team from Iqaluit. So 1-1 now for Sturmate, who last year went 8-3 and lost in the 3-4 page playoff.
You think less? Like,
But is 1-1 here.
14-8 at minimum. Okay.
Do you agree or no?
Well, it's coming into that path, so.
Yeah, so you think 14-5 then?
Yeah, I like
Okay,
14-5.
Let's make it.
They think it's going to run a little faster with draw weight
it's not
here.
the end of the
They're a
world.
little
Yeah,
wider
right.
than Tracy Fleury's tap attempt. I would be nervous if I'm the sweeper here. You can be there and tap a little bit. You don't really want to be light. Love to put some pressure on Team
It
Canada.
has to be slower here. It just has to be.
Krista McCarville first skip stone. Has the shot rock now. Has she got the stolen point to tie? And right down to it.
Oh, if we didn't lose the
You
line,
work a lot
it's
harder,
fine.
Joe, when the ice
Weight
is
was
like this.
Perfectly fine.
As a
Yeah,
brusher.
you do. It's
Like if that curls less.
feels
Oh,
like
it's
you don't
okay,
carry
but
it quite as far when it's coming down like that. You're just keeping it from stopping.
What was
but
the weight?
You're lucky to have the crowd on their side. There's nothing better than sweeping with the whole building cheering you on.
Well, I mean, I was tight.
It probably came down to that, right? Like,
Still, she had a lot of rotation on that one.
okay.
Boy, that's
You
good
can't bounce
awareness,
off that
isn't it?
yellow at all.
to
Okay. Hey,
Notice the extra rotation.
is this the same
Super
line as
top
top button?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like a 15.
Doesn't look like
Got
much
it.
ice, but it's Rachel's out turn, so they should be able to hold it out there. You don't want to be heavy, but heavy still works here.
You gotta be there.
Yeah.
6.
Need 7.
7. Yep.
Rachel Homan and her first.
6. Win only. 6. 7.
Easy line.
Gotta be there.
I think it's
Need
close.
7. Need 7. Hard. Hard. Get it there. Hard line.
Now Wilkes will take the
Line's
stone.
good. Line's good.
We're
Yep.
bouncing.
Yep. Curl. Curl. Go. 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 Go.
Boy, Have they got this? Have they got this? Yes, they do. Goodness. Just great rock judgment.
Fantastic.
I did it again.
Ooh, I didn't like this.
It's right.
May not look like it, but those rocks just hide in those logos.
Every time you play, you guys.
Real nice, Rich.
Literally.
What a beauty.
Such a precise shot here. So patient. These two work so well together. And then just the sheer power at the end here. Able to drag it those last few inches.
Yeah, because if that's short, it's a steal. Really, really good.
Yeah, like this is for
I don't
like,
think these
but I don't see what else.
Though. I don't think that 8 gets much.
I don't think it matters.
So let's guard
we
this.
have to guard this side.
Yeah. Well, the other option is we come right on top of it.
Oh. Out there, right?
Are you guarding just this, or like,
yeah.
where do you want it? Like here.
So a guard to concede a single.
I want it high so
She can draw it in here.
Well, then here.
Unless you see anything hammering
close.
that
It's
might
just if her guard's
rattle
really
things
high,
to
that
bring
might
a
be
second red into play.
I don't think. Could you tick that red that's to the right of the shot rock? Could you tick it to the back yellow?
Yeah.
Or does it move your shot rock sideways?
Guards,
Might be. They're gonna. I bet they look at it. I don't think you have a choice one way or the other here.
Yeah, I think you have to guard here for
Yeah, you
McCarville.
have to.
Might be able to nestle into
Yeah.
the button for your second point if you're Rachel Homan.
We want it high. We want it high.
Hold it tight. Halfway. Hey, yeah, hold it there. Just half.
Trying to hold Team Canada to a single.
Okay, gotta stop. Gotta
Rachel
stop.
Homan is already making her way to the hack as she tries to. She's battling some time here.
Didn't do anything. I knew that wasn't enough ice.
What's she looking at?
What do you think it'll do?
What weight do you like? Control? Sure.
It should run straight.
Control?
Eh? Yeah. How are you doing?
I think they're running the guard straight back with a soft weight, knowing that they can't possibly hurt themselves.
Already sitting one.
Little late.
Forward.
Easy. Forward. Forward. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Curl, curl, curl.
Get the tick.
Okay. That's fine.
And doesn't disturb anything, so it's a single for Homan and Team Canada here in 9. We'll go to 10. McCarville down by 2 and with last rock.
I saw her.
So to the 10th we go on this Saturday night here in Thunder Bay to complete day 2 of our coverage, the Scotties. The Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Rachel Homan looking to win a second in a row, up by a couple. Northern Ontario and Krista McCarville dropped her opener yesterday, trying to even her record, down by the 2, and has that all-important last rock. Has the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
We're there. Okay. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Trying to get the same distance here, so there's no across the sheet double. Well done.
We gotta go, guys. Okay. You got it, Em.
So interesting. Remember back in the, I can't remember what end it was, and you were saying about the corners. The first one a little tighter, so now they split it and gone to the other side.
Off this. Weight's okay.
Okay, let it go then.
6.
Okay.
High
You're
five.
good. Curl only.
6.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Curl only. 6.
I see a lot of the men's team starting to do this with the,
7,
instead of
almost
throwing a
7.
center guard,
This curl's good.
which could help your opponent, they kind of try to choke off the come around. That's a little bit more wide open. They want it maybe even a little deeper, but all 3 of those need to really be removed before you can utilize the corners.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see the team go top 4, top 8, and then guard it, keep the other team busy up the middle.
Yeah.
Those rocks just aren't quite deep enough in the house to throw up that center line guard.
Do not roll out here.
Ashley Sippola.
Close. Yes. Yes. Whoa.
not and rolls it underneath their corner.
Boy, that's well done, because you just think any thinner that rolls right out.
If they make this, then we
Good
go around
throw.
the corner, right? Nice shot, Ash. Beauty.
What a gritty performance for this team. You know, like last night was a complete disaster.
Yeah, I love the resilience
Yeah.
on that note, Russ. There's been so many opportunities to get frustrated, and they've just played so tough all game. Really great demeanor.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Great shot.
And you're right. When you think back, they started off with the hammer, were forced. They couldn't get the blank. And then they give up a 4 McCarville, and you think, oh, goodness, it's over. But then they trade the 3s. They come back with a deuce. And now they're down by 2, and they have the last rock. It's been a struggle, however, in terms of the skipper's numbers. 81% for Homan, 72 for McCarville. Game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. Proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995.
Girl! 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 We got a girl. Hard!
If they can keep this alive, it'll be buried.
Keep going, keep going. Good, that's good. That's
There you go. 2 very nice stones by Ashley Sipola.
4 perfect rocks to start this end by Northern Ontario.
15 and a half.
Okay. Okay.
Nice speed to the wing still. 15 and a half, I think I heard.
Weight's good. Little heavy. Hard. Whoa, off, off. Little solid. Curl. Whoa, curl. Curl. Hey, let's get 3. Go, go.
Like that again. Give it a hair on this side. Corner it on this side.
It's a tough call here now. You know, you try for 2 or you're trying for 3.
So what's the difference in the call?
Well, I think if you're trying for 2, you maybe make that left-hand double just a little out and roll on top of that one that was just thrown. But, you know, now you're, even if you manage to execute everything, you get your 2, you probably lose an extra end. So I'm sure they're dreaming of a 3 here, and that's why the call's the way it is. Another come around here. Even a freeze to the shot rock is not too bad here.
You remember from previous tournaments, if you can get over that 50%, that's what you're looking for with regards to last rock conversion.
Hard, yes, 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 hard, 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 hard.
Nice shot.
Really good. That wasn't much real estate there.
Run straight, right? Should come up a smidge. Pretty straight. Shot. Maybe like over curl a bit.
Yeah.
Sarah Potts. And they just wanted it on that side, that center line side.
Yep, yep.
Tracy Fleury.
Clean.
Miscue.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Yep.
And we'll just open up everything.
Good. Good.
You know they're third here.
Yeah, that's the third shot. You're right.
We're 1. Oh, they're third. I see.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we have to guard it.
We don't have a lot of time. There.
Don't we have to guard it? Is that your ice, Sarah, for the guard? Yeah, yep. Yeah, it
Is this the call? Is this they have to guard it, Joe?
For now, it's a pretty routine double to spill them out of there. Problem is that McCarville has work to do up the middle.
Yes.
Easy, low.
And you don't want to move the shot rock because then there's a yellow double. Right now, the yellow double's not there.
Ash, halfway. Ash.
They have a shot for the win. They can just hit shot rock for the tie.
Yep, yes.
Hit the open one, but they want to try to make Andrea's first count.
Okay, whoa. Good.
Boy, what a well-played end here for Northern Ontario.
Shot.
Rachel can see the outside of that yellow, but it just redirects onto her own.
Even if I touch that, looks really good.
Move it. I don't mind that reach.
If we
Got
play
some options
that,
with it, I think, eh?
that one's if we're nose on ours, if I hang high, I can chisel
So what if
into
we
it.
peel again? Because this one shot over this one, she's got to make a play. You'll probably have a double. Maybe a triple. She can't make this one and this one go at the same time. Do you like this? My first thought was the peel.
Yeah, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it.
We could still get 3.
I think peel is getting a little scary.
I only have 1 rock left.
Okay.
They make a double and they.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right
You
here,
know,
this
they could make that double and sit frozen there, and then I have that double for the extra.
I guess this is scary if you leave like a double.
Like, I'm just thinking if we end up not curling enough and she noses it, then we're kind of looking.
Do we,
I have
do
to
we ever
make a
tap
double on
something
my
here?
last.
Yeah.
Oh, if it
So we
under
peel
curls?
that, she
It's
rolls.
just like,
Do you,
yeah.
I think you can get both of these going. Like, it's not easy.
It's not automatic.
No, it's not. But I think you can.
Okay.
It'll be wide open. And the best she can do is
She can get
nose
edge on
it.
edge, yeah.
So you might even just make that, and then we have an extra.
Yeah.
I know it's guarded, but if Rachel tried the double, the yellow redirects into their own red. So that red's helping McCarville. But
On that 5 rock.
to score the 3, you have to remove shot rock and the left hand
You guys
red.
don't like the draw, eh?
I'm just worried if she
I like
noses
a
it,
draw
then
or tap
we're
of
not
some,
going to.
of some kind, I think.
If she makes this
They're down
double, then how
to
do we make
2
it
minutes
stick?
now,
2. Well, if she makes that double,
Team
she rolls
Canada.
out.
And they've
I
used their
know.
timeout.
Yeah, if we roll half on top.
So you either keep them busy down the middle
How should this run?
or you play the peel.
Doesn't like it.
You don't like this?
No.
How do you think this is going to run?
Right there, like that.
How are you throwing it?
Straight to.
Okay.
Homan in her first. Straight peel.
Yep.
Good, good.
Tough situation, Joanne, because if you hit the left one, because the right one's helping you, you're not closer than the top red.
I think so.
So make that just off
I hair
and
high.
then roll to here.
Yeah.
So then we're going to be 1, she'll be second here.
And then hope
You
maybe
hope
you might.
that she doesn't make that, right? And if she makes it, you should have a shot for 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go this turn.
Yeah, I think so too.
There. Like an 8.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trick here is you got to get this one by the yellow. That's the key. Kick that over there. If they
like
get
it.
it perfect, the yellow might roll into that type of area. Then Rachel has to make this double.
That's the in, Chris?
Yeah.
Don't see much else, do you, Joanne?
No, I don't.
We can do this double here.
You could freeze to shot rock, maybe.
That way.
Yeah, I think with that ice,
Yeah,
you could
you
be
could.
slightly full and we can hold it straight.
You have to go wide, but that wouldn't be a bad plan
Yeah,
either.
they'd have to guard. Or I guess sit another one in the rings.
It's just a little tricky. You can redirect onto your own, possibly.
Whoa, 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 curl, curl, curl.
In danger of going to 0-2 right now. Oh, and she'll run it through and by.
Shoot. So close.
I don't think Rachel can make the double, though, because they didn't get that red one, which is the slight bonus, but she can probably jam it and roll in, sit 2.
What?
It might sit 3
I think normal's okay.
Yep.
across the face, the
Yep.
What's the call?
rock siding.
Yeah, if you get it thin.
Normal?
Okay, you're trying this, right?
Yeah.
Down normal?
I like that.
How do you think it'll
Intern?
run?
Oh, I don't mind the end. Do you like it? Okay. Okay.
How do you think it'll run?
This is a straight spot. You can hold it here. You can like go
I'll
nose.
keep it there, 7/8 high.
Okay, you got it.
Final stone by their opponent, Rachel Homan.
Weight's
Normal?
good. Easy, no, move it down.
Close.
She has shot rock at the moment.
Weight's good. Whoa.
Wilkes. Wilkes with it all the way. And will not make the double, but rolls that stone underneath. Now you've got to look here. that the only play to run it into the pocket for 2?
Could you ever feather the top one and make the triple?
Timeout.
There's no triple.
What's that?
There's no triple.
I know,
think
but
it's yellow. It's pretty close. I think it's yellow.
Which one?
What? Are we second? Are we fourth? There?
Third.
Third, whatever. Fourth? I think so. I think it's us.
I think it's yellow too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think yellow's third shot.
Yeah, you got to make that. What are you going to throw, though?
Well, same thing.
How hard?
Same thing. Especially because it's a crotch double. We got it. This is a little bit higher than this one.
Yeah. So we got to hit here.
Yeah.
So this one.
You don't have to throw it real hard, though, do you?
Yeah.
What are you going to throw? 9?
No, I like the same weight. 8, 8.5.
Okay.
Definitely the same weight.
It's going to run up on you, so you don't want to.
No, I like the same weight.
Okay.
I think right there, right?
I think you have to throw this hard to make sure these rocks spill. Russ.
Yeah, because it's tricky double there. Do you think this is there? If you actually hit this just an 1/8 of an inch high, redirect off of this one, that one goes all day. If you ever get that thin, you might make the triple for 3 because your shooter stays. It's a tough angle by playing the tick, but it would get you the win. I just missed her last one by a smidgen. Problem here is if you hit too much of the shot rock, you'll spin out.
Final stone.
Yeah. Tight.
Range double. Stick it for a couple. Here we go. Sippola's got her. Sippola's got her. Kelly's calling line. Here we go. And she will not make it. And it will be a steal of 1 for Team Canada, who will remain undefeated, 2 straight wins. And McCarville will drop a second, make the final. Canada 10, Northern Ontario 7.
That was tricky.
On this Saturday night in Thunder Bay.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware, here's how.
All right, let's get you caught up. Alberta against BC. Final stone for the skip from Calgary, Kayla Skurlik, number 3 in Canada.
Well, you saw that shot stone. That was the final stone of Corinne Brown. There is very little that Kayla can see and has to go on the straight side. Needs to get the finish, get to the front, tap it back in order to score.
And has a chance to win it after trailing at 1 point, 6-2 after 4. She was 54% on her draws so far before this one.
Margot is making this stone go over.
And look at that for the win. Coming all the way back.
Brilliant weight.
9-8 the final to win their second of the event. And then Saskatchewan, who are a winner yesterday over Northern Ontario, playing PEI.
And Nancy had to make her final stone, was facing 2, made 1 go away, and that was all she needed to do.
So that completes the play. Second game for the Group A Poulet. And you've got Martin, Skurlik, and Homan at the top. And there you have winless in there too. McCarville, Northern Ontario, and PEI DeCarlo. So we'll come over to 3 draws a day. Brian Mudrick is back, and he'll join Kathy. And their feature at 9 a.m. will be Kate Cameron, Manitoba, against Caitlin Laws, also from Winnipeg, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And remember, tomorrow is Sandra Schmerle Day here at the Scotties. Been a wonderful start. A little disappointing for the hometown team and McCarville, but Rachel Homan again looking to defend her championship. 2 straight wins now. Yeah, we had a little bit of something out there. It was all cleaned up. Till we talk with you tomorrow, thank you for joining us. the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Thunder Bay is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.